Hey there, and welcome to JingleCon 2022. I am Nathan ASMR, and I'm joined with the fantastic FamCam ASMR and Tingle Smith ASMR as well. And probably you're wondering what this is and what is this JingleCon and what it is. We were sort of just chatting, and of course, TingleCon only happens once a year. It's the annual ASMR event. We figured, maybe we get some holiday cheer in here. Maybe we get maybe some gaming. Maybe we get an interview or two. Maybe we do a little sing along or maybe some impromptu comedy. Why not? Let's bring the ASMR community together. And so that is what we are here to do. We are here for just a couple hours today and tomorrow. And so with that said, Keith, do you want to tell us, or AKA FamCam, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we have in store for this weekend? Oh, they're saying you're muted.
Can't hear you, Keith.
No
I don't know if
audio,
that's
Keith.
bad, but they can't hear you.
One moment here, guys. We're gonna just fix that problem real quick. Just a quick shout out to Gracie B, ASMR. Hello, ASMR Architect. Welcome. Spooky Al 68. Welcome. Jess K Creative. Welcome. And also Debbie Jones. Welcome from David's Vineyard. Thank you.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
We can, yes.
All right, can you guys hear Keith now? Let us know in the chat. All right, Keith, if you guys can hear Keith, do give him a little tappy maybe. No, I can't even hear your taps now.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, just it'd be nice to thank everybody.
All right, well, while we're waiting for Keith to work that out, guys. We can hear you now, Keith.
They can hear me now.
We can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Hear you now. All right, we're in, guys.
As I was saying,
let's go. We can.
I swear I fixed this. Some of you may recall during the main TingleCon this year, every time I hit the control key, it muted me. I fixed that, but now OBS is like, oh, you got to change the audio settings in the mixer itself, and I'm like, you tell me this.
It wouldn't be an event without a technical difficulty. Let's be real right now. That's just that's how these things go.
It really,
and
So anyway, here's what we have.
So back to the schedule. Let's start over. So for those who are just joining us now, and maybe Keith, you wanted to start from the beginning there again. What can people expect for JingleCon here?
Yeah. So for the next hour, we're just going to be talking with the chat, sort of get reacquainted and cover like what we've done over 2022 and what we're going to do for the holidays, things like that. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to start with the actual events. Nathan and Tingle Smith are going to be sharing some of their favorite ASMR videos of 2022. And then at 6 p.m., we're going to have a pre-recorded exclusive interview with the legendary Bluewhisper. You don't want to miss that. It's about a half hour long. And then after that, oh boy, we're going to do something very traditional to TingleCon, bring it into JingleCon, where I do some spicy mukbang. And this is what I have in store for you. I'm going to start with some Pocky Ghost Pepper chips.
Wow, that is insane. That is wild.
That's gonna be wild. This is one of my favorite snacks right here.
Oh, unbelievable. That's gonna be wild, guys. You don't want to miss the spicy mukbang. That's like a classic ASMR.
Ghost pepper popcorn.
Oh my, what? What is that? What is that you got there, man? What do we have there?
Spontaneous combustion ghost pepper popcorn.
Oh, geez.
Oh, nice.
That's what it does in your stomach, is what I'm guessing.
What it
or it
does
certainly feels like that.
And
yeah, in every party, that's true.
This has been tried and tested. It is dangerous. Ghost pepper gumballs. I've had one of these before, and it did not go well. So
oh my gosh.
I'm expecting that to happen again.
Wow, that will be an incredible. I can't wait to see that. Can tomorrow come early? Can tomorrow come early?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so, with that said, we kind of just run through the schedule there really quick, and it is a holiday event. So maybe just briefly, could you guys tell us maybe what you have in store for the holidays? Maybe Paul, do you want to, or Tingles, aka Tinglesmith, do you want to tell us a little bit kind of what you got in store for the holidays?
Oh, yes. Hello to everybody in the chat, and thank you very much.
Very gentlemanly attire as well.
Oh, yes.
If I must say.
I would Christmas up. This is something from the original Christmas Carol, where I played, who's that dude who's Uncle Scrooge? His is Uncle Scrooge. Anyway, he gives a little toast to him, even though Scrooge is not particularly Christmassy. I don't know if I would describe myself as particularly Christmassy, but I'm certainly not a Scrooge. That's for sure. What will I be doing? Usually in our family, we just take it very low key, I think. We relax. We have some good, nice food. One thing that will keep me busy this Christmas period is Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile. So, little sneaky preview of that. Me and ASMR Weekly. Nearly used his real name. No real names, like a bank job. You don't use real names unless someone says them first. Anyway, ASMR Weekly and myself are trying to pull together another Christmas special. So we've done 2 in a row now, I think. So we did maybe 3. We're 3 in a row. So that'll be some busyness there. And this one's going to be another Agatha Christie with some of your favorite stars. Yes, including Keith here, who's also in it as well, alongside myself. And
that's right.
So that'll keep me busy, for sure. That takes a lot of editing. And then in terms of the family stuff, I think it's just sort of very low key. Very low key.
Amazing. Awesome. What about you, FamCam? What do you have in store for the holidays?
Mine's also going to be low key. My family always has Christmas basically as a Thanksgiving 2.0 with a Christmas tree. And sometimes there are gifts involved, but those are also usually low key too. Not like when I was a kid when we gave each other expensive gifts and got Santa involved, but I digress.
Fantastic.
But I got my Charlie Brown tree because I am from the land of Charles Schultz and I got to represent, and I've been a big Charlie Brown fan since.
Can we see like a close up of that tree there? Is there any way you could just sort of look at that zoom. Look at that zoom action. Nice. There we go. That is a very Charlie Brown Christmas tree right there.
Yeah.
Love it. That is what I like to see.
Even comes with a Linus blanket, even though it's like it's not even a blanket. I don't even know what material it is. It's just not blanket material at all.
Amazing. Well, that sounds fantastic. I myself, I'm Jewish, so I'm going to be celebrating Hanukkah with family, friends, just kind of a low key thing. Again, like the holidays are, I admit I have a soft spot for the Nutcracker. So I will be going to see that as well in Miami, where I'm from. They have put on a pretty cool performance of that. So I definitely will be going to see that, enjoying some music and lighting some candles, having the good times. And that's pretty much it for me. Again, kind of a low key situation for the holidays as well. Yeah, that's what I would say. Christmas, I think, is a bigger holiday overall, than Hanukkah is. It feels like it's a little more festivity, more like a month-long festivities, happening. But it's
there's
pretty
a
much
lot more
the plan.
marketing behind that holiday. That's why.
Of course. Oh, of course. Well, I would wish I was traveling to go see some lights or something in New York, but yeah, pretty much just gonna take it easy here in this tropical paradise, where there's no white Christmas. So the only white Christmas is La Playa,
Yeah. We don't have a white Christmas here either.
No.
We're pretty close to La Playa too. Not as close as you are.
That's true.
But
no, that's true. That is very true. And for others in this chat, it's a little colder.
Yeah.
A little colder, a little rainier.
Unless you're on the southern hemisphere, in which case summer's coming up.
That's right. So what about you folks in the chat? I mean, does anyone here have any holiday plans? Are they going to do anything exciting? We have a bunch of people. We have 17 people watching. Make sure you smash the like button. We would really appreciate that. Helps us in the algorithm, of course. And, let your friends know, because we're going to be going for the next few hours and, of course, tomorrow as well. But if anyone, has anything they'd like to say in the chat, of course, we would love questions or thoughts. ASM Architect says it was snow.
Scotland. How perfect for Christmas, Scotland. It's like Christmas
sounds
all year
amazing.
round in Scotland.
Yeah,
Speaking
that
of people in
sounds
the
amazing.
chat, speaking of people in the chat, shout out to Gracie B ASMR. I got her to meet her this morning before we started.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she
amazing.
she lives pretty close to me, so we got to meet up. For
Oh,
brunch.
wow.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That was what your secret brunch was.
it was hardly a secret. I mean, now it's not a secret at all.
Gracie B ASMR goat.
Yeah.
I guess that's what
Hell yeah.
it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Well, yeah, Scotland, snowing in Scotland does sound lovely. ASMR Architect, if we didn't read it here, but it was snowing in Scotland today, hoping it comes back at Christmas. So I hope that happens for you as well. I would love to visit up there. I think there is another Scottish ASMR artist. There's a couple, what is it? Scottish Murmur?
Yeah.
I think it's the Scottish Murmurs is one.
Dido
And there's
is
another,
one.
Dido's from Scotland too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Quaint, I think. I'm not sure if she's still active, but I believe they're also from Scotland. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Anyone else have any holiday plans here in the chat? Anything they want to share here?
Isn't
love to hear about it.
Isn't Muzz from Scotland originally?
Oh, yes.
No, but he's like
has a
I think
Scottish
he's in
accent. Yeah.
Canada though, I believe.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
He's in
I think
Canada
like
now.
an expat.
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Yeah,
He's from.
He is an expat. Yes.
Yeah, he's an expat for sure. It makes for a lovely ASMR. I'm thinking there's somebody I'm missing here from the Scottish ASMR list here, and I'm just it's just going over my head. She has a twin. I remember that much. I just can't think of her name.
Shortbread.
Yeah, Shortbread. ASMR
Yeah.
Shortbread. Another one. Shout out to ASMR Shortbread. He's been in the TingleCon in previous years as well.
Oh, and Articulate Design. Didn't he grow up in Scotland?
Oh, he's Scottish? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, he's from England but grew up in Scotland, came back to England, and then now is in Dubai.
Now is where he is currently.
Yeah.
Lauren, yeah, that we said Lauren first. So it's Scottish Murmurs, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's a classic one. That's a classic. Shorty.
Okay, you've impressed me, Nathan, with this UK. Now try Wales. See how
Wales?
many Welsh ASMRists you can get.
Welsh
I can't-
ASMR. Oh my gosh.
The only person I can think of that is from Wales is not an ASMRist. It's Timothy Dalton.
I know one for sure.
Welsh
Welsh 82 ASMR for sure is one that just comes to mind. I'm a big fan of his. He's sort of in the sort of informative ASMR community, along with like ASM Arctica, French Whisper, and those folks. But he does, I think he even does like Welsh 82 ASMR, I think is what it is. Let me see here.
Oh, pretty good.
Yes. Welsh ASMR 82.
Oh, yeah. What am I know.
No,
Welsh.
yeah, he's classic. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Super talented. That's the only one I can think of. I got one at least. I got one.
I'm impressed that you can get
That's
one.
kind of could be a good
Yeah,
game,
that's
like ASMR bingo from each country. Like
How about Ireland? If we do the whole UK, can we get some Irish in there?
Jim is Welsh. I didn't
Great
know
Britain
that if he
also
was or
Ireland,
not.
so.
I guess he might.
Oh,
be
yeah, that's
Welsh.
right. Northern Ireland is UK.
Yeah.
Eh,
And Southern Ireland.
Yes.
We're doing the Isles, aren't we? All of the Isles. I can't think of any Irish.
Any ASMRs from
Oh,
Iceland?
Irish.
Yeah.
I think Quaint is actually Icelandic originally.
Oh,
Cool.
That answers my
I could be
question.
wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that was it. And I believe they're in Scotland, just currently. But I believe they are Icelandic. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I know any Irish off the top of my head. I should.
Jacksepticeye did a couple ASMR videos.
Okay, that counts then, right? That still
Yeah.
counts.
Gale
Probably
Ford
got more views than we did. That's
Oh,
you got more views than like everybody, even the ASM
from
artists.
the chat.
Gale Force is Irish. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Trying to think if there's any others that I can think of here. Yeah, those British Isles, you got to have it. Well, we're definitely going to be going through some of
So
these
many
videos later.
accents in the UK. You know,
Yes.
if you go to
Yes.
England or, you've got like Birmingham accent, London, Cockney, East End.
Cockney is
Yeah,
my favorite.
So just to say, English or Irish or, hard because there are so so many accents in between each single one. It's fascinating. Small country, but lots of accents.
It's actually true in the US as well, though.
Yeah.
Because there is like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Southern kind of vibe ASMR, and then you've got like definitely sort of a New York. There's some New York guys out there. I mean,
Then there's
there's a lot of
Midwest
diversity.
and
Definitely some Midwest.
Minnesota.
and like
I was gonna say
California.
Florida. Yeah, California and like Florida, it's like there's not
California,
an accent. Just, like,
the California
beach.
accent is basically a meme accent.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like
not really that real.
Jersey with Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Oh, we've
Jersey.
got a gentleman here, William Thomas Frederick Linsell, says, I'm from Somerset in England.
That sounds like a very Somerset a name as well, doesn't it? That sounds like
a lovely
lord
place.
Of yeah.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. We love
Very
we
cool.
love our English fans. Yeah, well, we're going to be going through some of these videos a little bit later with, I mean, maybe not so much on the English side, but I did try to select for our conversation coming up here shortly a little bit of a variety, international variety, because that is one of the beauties about ASMRs. In each place, I believe there's such unique types of, also every ASMR is kind of different, and I think each place has its own style a little bit to some degree. You look at Korean ASMR versus, maybe some in like European or US style, it's definitely has different vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't have ASMR. Jelly Duck 100. What is up? What is up to you, Jelly Duck 100? Welcome. ASM Architect. Definitely. I don't have the same accent as any of the Scottish ASM artists you mentioned. All right. Well, I have to go. We'll have to go. Maybe we'll play some ASM Architect later. William Thomas Frederick Linsell says, basically just imagine Hot Fuzz, the movie.
I really need to see that.
It was a good film. It was a good movie. Love Hot Fuzz. Yeah, that's a good film. Go see that right now if you'd like a upbeat, funny British comedy. It's the best way to put that. If you like I feel like it's always like a buddy comedy kind of. There's two of them.
Buddy cop comedy.
A little buddy, your buddy cop comedy.
I love Lethal Weapon, so I could get into
Oh, yeah, it's
that.
definitely not like, but it's the British version.
Yeah,
So.
and Timothy Dalton's in it, and he's my second favorite Bond, so I'm definitely gonna like that.
Oh, you gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Second favorite. Okay, so who's your third favorite Bond? I mean first favorite.
Sean Connery.
Good choice.
My ranking is Connery, Dalton, Craig, Brosnan, Moore, Lazenby.
Shaun of the Dead. That's a great film as well. It's a great film. That's that whole group. All their films are hilarious.
Part of, but not the whole thing.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Hot Fuzz, to be honest with you. Very similar vibe. Very similar vibe. I would love to do.
I think the only Simon Pegg movie I've seen in full is Paul, the one about the alien.
I think I've seen that one as well.
Seth Rogen is the alien.
That's kind of It's been a while on that one. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I would love to do like a world map though, where we just, it'd be amazing to just see how many different folks are out there in these different places. That's for sure.
I've always wanted to make such a map. Maybe that could be a future TingleCon feature. Obviously, we won't pinpoint things down to specifics for doxing reasons, but
just country maybe.
Yeah, country and even region of country if the creator is comfortable with that being public knowledge.
Yeah. Scene. I mean, I guess you just put it up there to make it optional as a poll, but certainly I feel like that kind of thing would be really interesting to see. Hopefully, I mean, I would love to hear more holiday, things going around the world. That would be an amazing thing. But it is good to hear. Got some English, some British in here, and some Americans. I would love to hear what else we got going around for the holidays, for December, January, December. I was in Barcelona, and I will say they did have like Christmas markets and like those sort of European vibe. It was very, very romantic, very nice. The lights were up, all the shops were there. I felt pretty good about it.
I went to Germany once for Christmas markets. There are quite a few German ASM artists as well, aren't there?
Oh yeah,
German ASM artists, yeah, absolutely.
Germany has
a
laundry list of great ASMRs.
Zeitgeist, those are two on the top of my head right there.
Ada Fox, Lamera.
Nathan, what's your favorite part of Hanukkah? Asks Jess. Hello, Jess.
What
as
is
well.
my favorite part of Hanukkah? Probably just that I get an excuse to eat latkes, probably. That's pretty much the
So
I mean,
explain
it's
what a
not
latke
like
explain what a latke is, because I only found out about those the other day.
well, it's a potato pancake that is just shredded. I mean, I think there's a varying styles of potato pancake, but this one could have some, like, you could put scallion in it or some other stuff. Usually you might put applesauce or sour cream on there. There's a lot of different toppings, some creme fraiche if you wanted to be super fancy. Some onion mixed in the mix. Like, I think people make them very differently, but for the most part, it's a potato pancake. I think a lot of cultures have something pretty similar to that, to be honest with you. I feel like in India, they have a potato pancake like that, although I believe they add some sort of spice to it.
That's what I'm
But
talking
that is
about.
what it is.
Obviously.
It is delicious. Yeah, a little spice. Well, I think it's flavor spice. I don't know if it's like hot spice, although in India,
like
of course,
both.
they have super spicy food.
Indian food
Oh,
equals
absolutely.
happiness.
True. Indian food is amazing. But yeah,
You should try
Hanukkah's
in the
not
UK.
as like,
The UK has such good Indian food.
Oh, definitely.
London,
Most
yeah,
everywhere.
London.
most food we know as Indian food came from the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a coworker
UK
a long time ago that said, quote, Chinese food comes from America and Indian food comes from Britain.
That's
a
true.
very
The stuff we have here definitely does. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would say just overall with Hanukkah, it's not quite as big a holiday as like Yom Kippur or Passover, in my opinion, which are more of like a feasting kind of get together. Like I wouldn't fly to see my parents. I live in Florida, they live in California, so I probably wouldn't like fly to see them for Hanukkah, but for those other holidays, I might fly to town a couple hours and go to temple and whatnot. But the candles also, I do think, are pretty cool with the menorah. I mean, it's a nice story of Hanukkah. Like, it is a very, very nice, just, it's a good tale. And so I do, as a child, have good memories of that. So, and having it last more than one day is always nice. You're like, eat that Christmas, we get 8. Like, you get all these days, but of course you get a lot less per day. So I don't know. It's all, you never really know. But that's pretty much my favorite thing. But these days, I wouldn't say I celebrate like hugely. We got some discussions about food in here. Well, we love that. ASM Architect says chicken tiki masala was invented in Glasgow, Scotland. That sounds authentic. Awesome. Very authentic. William Thomas Frederick Linsell, great Scottish food along with a good haggis. Great with baked beans. That does sound delicious.
You ever had a haggis before?
Yum.
I have had a haggis before.
I don't even know what haggis is.
I think intestine packed with
it's like just pudding.
Interesting.
Like it's like a blood pudding or like, but I think it's not the same stuff. It might be sheep black pudding. But usually they put like some of those versions, they have like vegetarian versions of those. So that's interesting. Like in Barbados and other places like that, they do have their own kind of black puddings where they like often will put like vegetables in there, right into the stuffing, the sock. What do you want to call it?
Pork pie, which I thought was good. It wasn't
good.
Didn't have pork in it, but it went to Calendar in Scotland, and they had all these different types of pies that you could get. And one of them was macaroni cheese. They had iron brew slushies, which was very impressive.
Sounds great.
And they had haggis pie, which interesting.
Man, this is almost over. I'm hungry. All of a sudden, like, I just want to eat stuff now. I don't know about you guys.
I do too. And I just ate.
Yeah, and you just exactly. ASM Arctic says it sounds gross when you know what's in it, but it's nice. That's most things.
That's hot dogs. Things. That's hot dogs in a nutshell.
That's almost all things that we eat. That's just really what it is. Like, that's a sheep's foot gelatin. Like, I didn't know I don't want to eat that. But absolutely. It's so amazing to hear about all those dishes for the holidays and whatnot. And I think where in Scotland were you, Paul? Where in Scotland were you, Paul? Asks ASM Architect.
Well, I was a few places. I've been to Edinburgh for quite a few times. Very beautiful city. And then also Glasgow. Saw the museums at Glasgow. Very impressive art galleries there. And then what else did we see? We also saw the Isle of Skye. How cool is that? You go to the Isle of Skye and you imagine yourself as Bonnie Prince Charlie fleeing from the English. And yeah, the Isle of Skye, one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. And luckily, I got to see the Highlands as well. Because I have a friend from Scotland, very cool person, 2 friends from Scotland. And I got to visit them. And they took us around all their favorite places. So I really like Scotland a lot. Beautiful place. Bit cold for me, if I'm honest. I'm not sure I could live there because of just... yeah, a bit cold. And, you need the fancy big cars so you can get through the snow and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, beautiful place.
I
feel you on the cold weather.
Yeah, me too. The furthest north I've ever been in my entire life was Stratford-upon-Avon.
Nice, the land of William Shakespeare.
Yeah, I got to stand at the very spot that he died in his backyard. Very
awesome. Oh, wow, nice.
Very, very morbid, but it's still quite an experience. And I got to see got to see his grave, and there's like a little poem in front of it. I forget what the whole poem says, but it ended with "Curse be the one that moves my bones, and so nobody ever did."
Nice.
I wouldn't either. Keith, do we want to chat here for a little bit longer? Or do we want to jump into the
we could chat for a bit longer.
ASMR? Okay, maybe just a couple more minutes, and we jump into our ASMR of the year, 2022, maybe.
Yeah, we're a bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, we got time. But yeah, lost my train of thought. But
well, we were talking about Scotland, and you were talking about Stratford-upon-Avon.
Yeah.
You were saying the farthest north you'd ever been there.
Yeah. While I was there, I also got to visit Oxford and went to the spots that the Harry Potter movies were filmed. Got to stand at the staircase in the Great Hall and go to where the Great Hall was filmed. And I also picked up an Oxford sweatshirt and took it home with me. This is when I was going into my senior year of high school. And in film class, I played a character that got run over in a short film. And I was dumb enough to wear that sweatshirt on set. And then they put that sweatshirt on a dummy that they ran over and destroyed my Oxford sweatshirt just like a month after I got it and took it home from the UK.
That is pretty cool. They actually filmed Harry Potter in several different halls, not just Oxford. I know that because when I went to university in England, we used to eat in the Harry Potter hall pretty much every day. So that was weird. And there was a remarkable bar underneath in the undercroft, they called it, the tombs of the place itself. So that was very cool. I wouldn't say I ate there every day. I ate there maybe once or twice a week. But that's where the dinners were. You had little suits of armor on the walls.
Wow.
Which we always speculated, were they for children? Or what were these suits of armor for? Because they were very small. Were they just decoration? But I was very lucky to be able to do that, actually.
Well, knowing history, it probably was the first one. You know what I mean? That's unfortunate.
I think it might have been
of the past.
I wish I
sadly.
took more appreciation of that time. I think.
Yeah. That is pretty amazing to have that history surrounding you.
It was before Harry Potter, I think, as well. So
yeah. What's everyone's Hogwarts houses? Those who know their houses, that is.
Oh, Ravenclaw. How? Yes.
Sure
Ravenclaw. Who else is in Ravenclaw?
Very nice.
Shout it out, loud and proud.
Carol's a Slytherin.
That checks out. How about you, Keith?
I can see Nathan as a Hufflepuff.
If I knew more, I feel like I'd be offended.
He kind of gives.
Jess K Creative ASMR. Bye. Take care, Jess K Creative.
One,
Thank you
Jess.
so much for coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Architect, Ravenclaw.
Big shout out to
Ravenclaw.
Big shout out to Jess. She was responsible for putting together this year's Blackadder collab that had Simon Osborn in it, which I'm still wrapping my head around that.
Oh, that was amazing.
You know,
it was an honor.
Simon Osborn has started up his own, I believe it's like a historical party
The History
company
Pit.
where he
It's
yeah,
called.
the History,
History
Pit.
Pit.
Highly recommend
Yes.
checking that out. He's an amazing
likes
gentleman,
you
that
too.
guy. Very, very fine-browed gentleman. Just a very cool guy. That was amazing as well. What a great collaboration for sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Anonymous
wrong with
Mess.
being a Hufflepuff, says
Yeah,
Anonymous
exactly.
Mess.
Anonymous Mess.
I'm a close second Hufflepuff. I'm like this close to being Hufflepuff.
What was your
Just
first?
slightly
I didn't
more.
even hear you say your
Gryffindor.
first. Gryffindor. Oh.
Yeah.
Gryffindor Hufflepuff combo.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it. So just to let everyone know, in a few moments ish, we'll
Gotta represent the
start
house.
jumping into we'll start jumping into ASMR related content here. We do have like Paul and I, Tinglesmith and I, and of course Keith is welcome to just stick around.
Yeah, I will be off camera for most of it as I prepare
Okay.
my spicy mukbang stuff. Well, actually, no, I could do that while we have the Bluewhisper interview going. What am I talking about? But
Very true.
But I will be doing my own highlights along with Carol tomorrow because
Of course. Oh yeah.
yeah, because she's out of town today and coming back tomorrow. So that's when she and I will be doing ours.
Absolutely. And don't make sure you stick around for that Bluewhisper one-on-one. We have like about a 20-minute interview. We just talk about Bluewhisper, how she makes ASMR, her experience in the ASMR community, just making, having a channel that's so successful. And I think a lot of people will find it really interesting.
Yeah.
But for sure, go ahead, Keith, you look like you have something you want to say.
I just want to point out, William said, I got put in Gryffindor, but I really want to be a rebel and be in Slytherin. That's why you're Gryffindor, because rebels usually are Gryffindors.
There you go.
Mind you, it's a very
There it is.
Slytherin thing to say that, though, isn't it? As well? To try to move yourself to a different house cunningly.
I feel like we need Hendril in this conversation here somehow. He needs
Hendril
to
is a Hufflepuff.
Oh, I
Have
thought he,
one of
I
his
thought he was a
hot
Ravenclaw.
No real names, we
I thought-
said.
Yeah,
ASMR
until
Weekly.
somebody mentions it. But ASMR Weekly, he's actually a Ravenclaw. He's worn all the different house shirts in his
Oh, is
streams,
he?
but
Okay.
he is a Ravenclaw.
in his heart.
That
He's a
makes sense.
Ravenclaw.
I see him as like a Ravenclaw with Hufflepuff close second. He definitely gives off those vibes.
This is called the Harry Potter armchair psychologist, where you just basically figure out the personality typology.
ASMR
speaking of
Weekly.
the
scientific.
devil.
It's science.
See,
Ravenclaw.
told y'all. He is
There
a
you
Ravenclaw.
go.
Oh wow! Speak
I
of the
expect
devil. He came in right at that moment, just when you said that. He's like, I heard what you said.
That's very Ravenclaw.
Oh
Nice
my
to
gosh, the
see you.
timing there. That was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Welcome to the chat, ASMR Weekly. Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, go check
You
out
know?
ASMR Weekly if you haven't, which you probably have. But if you even if you have, check them out again and again and again and again and again and again, because
Absolutely.
they're just
We were just talking about you, actually.
yeah.
We were talking about the Death on the Nile collab that's coming up. That
yeah.
we're pushing for with the Christmas special, which I'll plug a second time. The maestro is so good at
Yeah.
the editing and effects and things like that. You are on my list.
What about people
of
who
my
are
favorite
Raverin?
videos.
My
So I'll talk
my
about
sister
one of
is
those a little
totally
bit
that.
But that was a very nice thing, wasn't it, Keith, that happened there? But he's a lovely fellow.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
We got some fanboys in the house. That's basically what I'm trying to say right now.
We
Got some
we got
fanboys
three
in
of
here.
them. We
Got
have
some
three
ASMR
of them
Weekly
on camera
fanboys. It's all
here.
three of us. All three of the people in this group right here.
Yeah.
We love you.
100%.
So, okay, we still got some. What about the people who are half Ravenclaw and half Slytherin? How
Yeah.
do we feel about that, guys? Is that
That's pretty much my sister right there. She's a Slytherin,
Lawful
but Ravenclaw
evil,
a close
I think,
second.
describe them as.
a half and a halfy? I wouldn't hold it against you. If I knew anything about any of the houses, I wouldn't hold it against you. That's for sure. That's for sure. I don't even know which one I am.
Do you know
But
what your Patronus is? You can do it on the Harry Potter.
I know what that is, but
My
I don't know
Patronus
what.
is a weasel. That's weasel. How about you?
Mine is a warthog. I got Pumba as my Patronus.
Nice. I'm more happy with my weasel now, hearing that. How about you, Nathan?
Well, I just feel like how it must feel to listen to me talk about gaming like Overwatch right now, because I'm like, woo, it is over my head, guys.
Hey, we can talk about
I've seen the
Overwatch.
movies, but I don't know the personality types of each house. I wish I did.
Well, here's the simple way to put it. Like each house has a do what
You take the
is
quiz,
fill in the
Nathan.
blank philosophy. Gryffindors
Slowing
do
down.
so.
Nice.
Gryffindors do.
No,
as-
wait, it sounds like it's just a quiz. That sounds like the solution here.
Yeah. It
There's
is
an
a quiz.
official
I'm gonna-
one. There's an official one.
Oh, it's an official one.
Weasel King.
Potterverse. There's an official one. But the
Oh, wow.
You're not a weasel, are you?
so each house has a slogan that is do what is fill in the blank. Gryffindors do what is right. Hufflepuff is do what is nice. Ravenclaws do what is wise, and Slytherin is do what is necessary.
Understood.
Those sum up the personalities of each house pretty well.
Yeah, I guess I got to take all the quizzes on a video now. Thanks, guys. Well, that's a good video. I could do that. I need ideas. I need ideas. Fresh ideas are good.
You definitely should.
It's
That'd be
very
great.
When the next Harry Potter movie comes out, I do the taking the.
When the
Which
next
house am I?
when the next
ASMR.
Fantastic Beasts movie, because they've been put on hold.
Be
for a
good
while.
shorts. But yeah, it might be another Fantastic Beast. That's true.
Yeah, there's
It'd
not
be a
going to
good
be.
short video.
I don't think there's going to be another Harry Potter movie because they did them all, unless they do Cursed Child. Maybe actually no. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they did film Cursed Child but never release it. I don't know.
I didn't see that one. I saw the first of those two films, Fantastic Beasts. Right? There's 1 and 2. Second
Yeah.
one wasn't as good.
I saw the
recall not
first
so
and
good.
half of the second. So I got a bit of catching up to do myself.
Got
Went to
some.
Harry
Debbie
Potter.
Jones says, "Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
Paul.
went to the Harry Potter it's actually museum world. It's not that really fancy thing that you've got, Nathan. It's the one in England, and they had like the sets and stuff, and that was really cool. They had, do you know, in Dumbledore's office where the winding staircase and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's got all these books and everything. Apparently, they painted phone books, those big thick yellow pages or whatever they call them, and they just had them look all fancy and baked in there. That was a really impressive thing to see because you got to see all the real costumes and things like that. It's Harry Potter world land, but and I enjoyed a butterbeer there, and it was good.
Ooh, yes. They
So we gotta.
they don't have vegan butterbeer at those amusement parks. I got to make it myself, but it is really good homemade. You just boil a bunch of beer, mix some vanilla ice cream, add some nutmeg. It's so good.
That's nice. Yeah, Hendrel there saying, "Don't talk about the cursed child."
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. When I was in New York, I took a quick selfie of me in front of the Cursed Child Theater and sent it to him, and I was like, "What do you think of that?" And I got the same response.
Gracie's taking the quiz right now.
Well, let us know what you get, Gracie. Let us know what you get. We got a couple
I had
more
a
comments.
friend as well who, it wasn't a friend, I would say, but someone who I knew who said, I really, 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 really want to be in Gryffindor. And they took the test and they said, it put me in Slytherin, but then I took the test again and changed some of my answers and then it put me in Gryffindor. I said, what a very Slytherin thing to do. And they were devastated by that comment.
Do what is necessary.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna just quickly do that real fast. Sorry, I just wanted to open up my blinds. There we go.
Yeah. By the way,
I'm
for all
still-
you diehard
still see me
fans
here.
out there,
You did an amazing role play on Die Hard, didn't you? I
yeah,
remember
last
that.
year I did a Hans Gruber role play.
Hans Gruber role play, yeah. I remember watching that. It was very well done. He did his voice really well.
Thank you.
Very good.
Oh, really? Does anyone want to link that in the chat there, FamCam? So people
Sure.
can take a look at that. For the fanboys out there. Yeah, we got to take a look. I mean,
The
it's from an
fanboys.
ASMR.
That's what
The
that's
fanboys, the fangirls, the fan, everybody. Just all folks, please go watch that video. That's all I'm saying.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Very nice. Very nice. We got a couple comments here. It looks like I think I saw Debbie Jones. I enjoy listening to you guys. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. ASMR Weekly says Nathan knows nothing. I hang my head in shame. Cursed Child was a play, wasn't it? ASMR
Was
Weekly
it?
says don't talk about the Cursed Childs.
Yeah, playing. Yeah.
They wanted to make it a movie in 2 parts, but that would be disastrous, I believe. Now everyone is saying they want to go to the studios or Wizarding Worlds.
Yeah, do it.
You know,
We're just chatting now
Florida, I
anyway.
think.
So I don't know if you want to bring up one of the videos, Keith, since it's appropriate right now. Because we were talking about the videos that we would choose. It's an impossible task. And they were like, can you choose 5? And then I chose 7 because I had to choose 7.
I chose 20. Wait, I thought we were supposed to be
exactly,
choosing 5.
Well, you know what? You know what?
Ignored his
You're just
own
choosing
rules.
5.
It's okay. You know what,
20.
Nathan?
Look
Go
like
ahead and pull it up and share your screen.
pull up the Harry
All right,
Potter
guys.
Let's just get
Yeah,
into
why
it.
don't we
Since we have more than we originally intended, we might as well
Agreed.
get a head start.
Pull up. Yeah,
Agreed.
pull
Let me
up
just
the
take a sip of water,
Ollivanders
y'all.
on a rainy day. That was one of my choices.
Okay, so real
Ollivanders.
quick here, before you dive into that, Paul, guys, so what we're going to do
Yes.
is we're going to jump into our next segment here. And we're basically just going to be talking about our favorite videos of 2022 that are, of course, ASMR and on YouTube. No TikTok or Instagram ASMR, sorry, folks. However, so Paul and I are going to share our list. I think we got maybe 25 videos or so. We won't go through all of them, but just a quick shout out here to all of the ASMR artists in this list. Please go like and subscribe. All these channels we're about to show you. These people are kind enough to let us show these videos, and or if they don't let us know, we'll take it down. But this is just obviously like a privilege here, so we're just sharing a couple seconds. We can't share the whole thing just out of good conscience, so we'll maybe just share 10 to 15 seconds here of each clip and just kind of talk about the things that we like. And again, all these are in 2022. If you have any videos that you like, please do put them in the chat. We would really, really appreciate that. We'd love to take a look at them while we're here chatting.
Well, if people who aren't mods put links in the chat, it probably is going to be like instantly scratched out.
Just mention.
Okay.
Just mention them.
Yeah, we'll be glad to load it up and take a look. If anyone has one they want to shout out here. Birch in the Woods ASMR. Hey there, welcome. With that said, why don't we jump into it here? I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen here. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to share my screen here. And we are sharing this right here. All right, folks. So can everyone see the screen here? Let me
I can see.
Load this up here.
Anybody else?
That's looking good. That's looking good. All right, fantastic. So here, why don't I go ahead and then turn back on my light since we're back in this here. So that said, Paul, I think you were mentioning a particular, this is Paul's list here. Which one of these videos was the one you wanted? You said you were.
Let's pull up the Ollivanders rainy day, buying a new wand.
Okay, guys. So let me go ahead and just make sure. Oops. I just said back. Excuse me.
We're just putting this
I just want to make
Andrew.
sure that
Don't copyright strike us, please, Andrew. We're just
no copyright strikes. Ignore.
So yes, this is the 7 that I picked. It's hard to pick just a few people. It's even harder to pick the videos of the few people that I've picked because they have such amazing content throughout. ASMR Weekly does some. Sorry, what was that, Keith? Oh, did he? Well, I'll keep going anyway.
Are you guys able to hear the sound here?
We cannot hear the sound. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Can't hear the sound?
Look at this opener. Look at this opener. But there's this walking through the streets, which is just remarkable. I mean, all of ASMR Weekly's videos are perfect. The warm colors, or the sort of slightly chilling colors when it's cold, and then the perfect voice, the effects, everything he pulls together in such a relaxing way. I like this video a lot. I like all of his videos, but I like. Could we flip to? Let me have a look around about 2040, around about 2040, on there.
So I will say there's a little bit of lag here for just the.
Of course, yeah.
Here, let me close my computer so that I just get a little more bandwidth here.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to play the stream at the same time. So here, let me go ahead and just close. So I can't see the chat here, guys. So if anyone can see, if any of you two can see the chat, reply.
I can't see it either right now because I'm watching your screen. But yeah, look at the background here. Look at the one shot. It's just like the compositing here is perfection, but also
Absolutely.
the costumes. It's just such a cinematic look and feel to it. And if you go to there's loads of really cool bits in here, but if you go to 2040-ish, then it just shows you how he brings a relaxing sounds, visuals, and just this. It's just so blended so perfectly together. It's just an amazing video.
2040, you said?
Yeah, right about there. Yeah. So he just brings the wand up here. I like all bits of it, but I like this bit where he just brings this relaxing like look at that. That's so nice, isn't it? It's just the soft colors, the way it's just very, very impressive. Magic.
Absolutely.
It's magic. He is true wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wasn't playing this through my shared screen, it would be a lot smoother. Because there is a little bit of, you can see there's a little bit of frame loss on the, maybe what I can do here is actually lower this to like 720p. Maybe that will help.
That should definitely help quite a bit.
Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So I'm sorry, I'm going to cut the quality down, guys. So that's a little bit better for you here. That looks a little better. All right, so good. All right. Thank you for waiting for those technical difficulties, y'all. I appreciate that. That was an amazing video. Totally agreed. Fantastic work. Let me go ahead and go to...
So are you...
Yeah, you give us one, Nathan.
Yeah, I'll give you one here. I'm going to go back to your... There it is. So we'll stop this one. And... Oh, don't want to give that one away. So on my list here, we've got... let's see. Let's just start with the first one. I'm really huge on this channel right now. And I just think they're kind of doing something nobody else is doing. It's ASMR Twix. And ASMR Twix does, so please Marvel don't copyright strike us there. Let me turn on the sound. ASMR Twix basically goes around to different salons and spas. And I'll let you listen for just a second here.
By the way, Nathan, next time you pull up a video, warn me that you're about to click. I'll mute the desktop audio, and then we'll just not talk until you skip the ad. Then I'll unmute it, and we can talk again. That way, we don't have to worry about copyright strikes through ad audios.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. So basically, this is it, and you'll see like that gentle talking, and it's kind of just the thing I like is that it's at some point you listen to ASMR so much that you kind of just get a little ASMR like immunity, and I find like unintentional ASMR is kind of the cure a lot of times for that. And she really just goes out of her way to go to like, I mean, it must be just a spa every week, a new one. They're doing different things. I think probably for me, ASMR Twix is one of the biggest up and coming ASMR artists, and they've had really huge growth as well. So that's probably the one I would choose. And just again, it's really about that unintentional ASMR aspect that I really like about that. That kind of makes it something completely different from what anybody else is doing. So that's really cool. Yeah. All right, Paul, do you want to go on to your next?
Should we bring up the red?
Amy K here. Let's see. Amy K, ASMR Scarlet Witch and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, that's right. Yes. I tell you what, let's maybe if you can move to 2:30 first of all. But I almost don't need a 2:30. That's right. Talk about this one. It's in that scene where they say he asks what the Arkenstone looks like, and they say, "You'll know it when you see it." Well, you will know it when you see this video because it is truly a masterclass in ASMR. It covers. It's really hard to pick one of Amy's videos, but this is a good one. It covers pretty much all of the elements that you would want to do. If you were trying to learn how to make an ASMR roleplay, this would be a flying start. So at 2:30, she's outside. It's throughout the whole acting is just very convincing. It's very intense. It's very immersive. It's a very chilling experience in some parts and not in the others. It has this eerie tone throughout. If you flick to 9 minutes in, you can see layered sounds. We get these wonderful layered sounds, and what an amazing costume. The look is just perfect with the costume, the makeup, everything like that. There's this really clever part in it, and I'm not sure if it happens here, but in general, multiple costume changes aren't so easy. So that is impressive straight away there, but the quality of this costume, very impressive. But this thing is done where speaking in a normal voice with this echo over it, this side-to-side echo, very clever. It gives it this sinister feel. And going from that, we could see to beautiful color grade here, effects on the waving. And then if you went to about 24, 40, around that section, just see how the color grade changes when she pulls out of this, first of all, the nice warm feeling to the sort of nightmarish feeling, and then to this stark, harsh reality. And it looks, I'm just going to bring my screen up. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That color grade is perfect. Filming within a mirror and then boom. That's shocking. That's breathtakingly impressive thing to do. And if you've ever tried to film outside, incredibly difficult. I've done it once or twice, and it was a nightmare. Nearly went crazy doing it. So the actual fact that there are so many multiple scenes in this one video is it's amazing. And you have these other visual triggers, you have audio triggers in there, you have things coming from a different perspective. There's one where the viewer can be seen up because they're from a bed, props that are involved. The attention to detail of this video is phenomenal. I think this is something, if you want to become a good role player in ASMR, you could study.
Agreed. This is definitely something special. I agree.
Yeah.
And a lot of her videos are fantastic. Make sure you go check out Amy K. We do have some comments in the chat here. I just want to kind of quickly read them. ASM Architect says, I love Twix as well. I want to go to all the places she goes. Totally agree. Oats Really says, Maybelle's Menagerie by Goodnight Moon ASMR is wonderful, as well as her herbologist greenhouse video. Goodnight Moon is fantastic. Totally agreed. ASMR Weekly, head massages. Oh, the Wanda video was so brilliant. Totally agreed. It's pretty amazing. Has everything you want here, all the effects, different scenes, like you said, different costumes. It's a fantastic choice. All right, so and again, make sure you go subscribe to their channel. So we'll move on to the next one on my list here, and I'm just going to go with the classic here. Choose some classic. And just get in some that we haven't had in TingleCon. This is Whispers Red. So this one's called Potting Little Plants. And the reason I like this is because it's sort of a classic ASMR throwback that I really feel like you don't see a lot of people doing it these days, except for these kind of more classic ASMR artists. It has like a very simple camera angle, but the sounds and the actual like ASMR, it's not fancy role playing, there's not effects, it's just very simple, natural sounds with great microphones executed pretty much flawlessly. And Whispers Red is probably one of the goats of ASMR. And I just felt this video was unlike anything else I had seen really in terms of like the natural element. And as you can see, it's just as simple as potting a plant. And I think that that's the one thing about ASMR that is easy to lose sight of is, it doesn't always have to be super fancy. It can just be something that, as long as it's just done well and tastefully, that it can be something as simple as putting a plant in a pot. And it's just something amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much what I would say for this video. And again, I tend to like natural sounds.
Buying plants from this section.
So you can kind of hear there. And again, if you have not checked out Whispers Red, again, she's one of the greats and one of the legends. So I highly recommend checking out her channel, Whispers Red ASMR, right here. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. We have a few more comments here. Whispers Red is one of the goats for sure. There are some great shave videos. Hopefully you chose one. Smith.
I didn't. That's my
great.
No.
The words "great" and "shave" don't belong in the same sentence.
Oh,
I don't know. I've had some nice shaves.
head spas that you can like
Shaving
water head
is
spas where
illegal.
this thing goes over the head, and it's just yeah, I agree. They're really cool videos for sure. They're those unintentional.
Right, I'm blocking out the sun there. Sorry, I have a little crazy lighting there. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Paul, did you want to choose another one from your list here?
Maybe bring up Phoenician Sailor. How about that? The Night Watchman.
Venetian Sailor. Here we are. Yeah, this is one of the greats. Agreed. I loved this video when it came out.
Oh, it's just the start is phenomenal. The way you see the lighting. Look at the makeup here. Look at the color of the lamp and the warmth that comes to his face. He sets up such perfect sets. Look at the costume. Look at the sharpness of everything he's doing here in his almost intentional movements. He is a fantastic actor and one of the best storytellers. He's really a masterful storyteller. And the story in this is very engaging.
It's funny.
Also, very, it's got a great ending. But I'm not going to talk about exactly what happens in the video. I don't want to spoil it. But look at that close-up there. If you go further, there's a close-up of a knife towards the end as well, which just has this really impressive... it's an impressive close-up. Every shot is so intentional, like that. Yeah.
See the blood
and he's a great storyteller. One of the best role players. Look at the color there. You see, you've got the contrast between the blue and the red, and the uplight of it's just very, very indeed. Just you don't notice it either. It's natural. It's not like, oh, I've been drawn out. Look at all the technical details. I'm trying to describe it in technical stuff. I don't know any of the technical stuff. I don't know how to color grade or any of that stuff. But you can just see it, and you know that is a work of art.
Yeah, it's well done. It's all about framing in these shots here. Definitely the color grade is definitely really good on this. I mean, you can see a lot of oranges and blues. I mean, it definitely has a nice grade on it. And it's definitely of that cinematic style, which is
Jack uses.
Definitely in right now in the ASMR world. That's for sure. And definitely the bokeh here with the blur is very nice. You know, it's done very artistically.
And then to butcher.
Totally agreed. This was really phenomenal.
When you remove their hand, it could be seen as an expression of power.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the next video here. And again, make sure you go check out Phoenician Sailor. You can see the channel right there. I wish we had a way to put some links in here in the chat, but definitely go check them out. Like the videos, support.
Because we're mods.
Oh, well then y'all get on it, Keith. It's all you, my friend. But we'll be putting some links here in the chat for some of the people we've gone through in case you want to support them. So let's go ahead and move on to the next video here. I'm gonna go back here. So again, I sort of have a long list here and I'm realizing it's going to take a while. So I'm going to kind of skip. I'm going to just do a brief one, which is like, and then I'll just do a second one right after this, which is just latte detailed face analysis for your sleep. Done in June. I mean, basically, again, she kind of just does everything perfectly. The sounds are amazing. She makes her own handmade backgrounds, multiple props and costumes. Anonymous Mess says, does anyone get nightmares if they watch certain creators? I guess it depends on the video, right? Sometimes.
I get nightmares if I watch myself. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, myself for sure. If I watch my own video, absolutely.
I actually can watch most of my videos, except for the really bad ones.
Oh, I find it very difficult.
Especially my first ones. My first ones are so bad.
Very difficult.
The ones before the beard are the ones I can't watch.
Yeah. The bald ones. No, you're not bald anymore. Wow, it happened quick, bro. Regrew.
Yeah, I decided to regrow it because it's getting too cold for a bald head.
Yeah, good man. And it'll go bald by itself soon enough, right? Eventually.
It definitely will. It's on its way. I'm just not used to it yet.
What? I've definitely gotten misophonia by certain, like, I think there's certain creators like that probably do it in that way. It's very random, I would say. But I definitely have felt that. But in conclusion, Latte ASMR is one of the classics, one of the GOATs. But she does traditional ASMR perfectly. And I think that deserves a mention in this world of like a lot of cinematic stuff. And so I'm going to jump into another one here that I just really, really like, and it's Power of Sound.
Want to discover
who
the French
is
culture?
a true gentleman. His voice is incredible. I mean, it's like a golden voice that you just can't, either you have it or you don't. You know what I mean? And this gentleman has it. And
Enjoy.
here you can see he does like this kind of Paul, I think you like this because
You
you've done the
have a lot
bartender
of
thing as
girls.
well.
Yeah, this is a good video.
But he kind of has that light jazz music, which I don't usually like music in my ASMR, but he does it in a tasteful
You
way.
can just sit it there.
And he's got like that very classy,
Well,
like the
what you want
ice.
to do? How much debt do you have?
And he has some amazing, like he's kind of a funny guy too. But he has some incredible videos. He's also been
You don't
around
wanna
for a
drink
long
too
time
much.
making videos, and
Right.
definitely one of the greats as well.
Yeah,
in
if
my
I see
opinion.
anybody going overboard, I gotta let them know.
He really does have power of sound in his voice alone.
His voice is like
You
amazing.
don't want people.
It, dare I say it, it rivals that of James Earl Jones and
Yeah.
Sean
I was gonna say
Connery
James Earl Jones. Yeah, absolutely.
in one.
That's what I was saying. Either you have it or you don't. Like this man was born with a voice of silk. You know, that's just what it is. And you know, that alone is worth mentioning because I do think there are a couple. Another person who comes to mind is Dr. T, who also has like an incredible voice that's just like, whoa. You were just born with greatness. You're born with a voice for radio. But I wanted to share his video as well because I do think, again, it is one of the greats. So here's something. We're just going to read this from an honest mess. Says, there are a few that just do something wrong in my brain, I guess. I think it's personality more than triggers for me. Fair enough. That definitely makes sense. I agree. That's definitely...
That is very valid. I can relate in many ways. Like,
I mean, if you think about... Oh, go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
I as much as I love good quality trigger sounds, personality is important to me too. I need to feel like I vibe with the person that I'm watching in order for it to really, have the effect. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
Well, if you look at, you know, if you have a dog and you go walking with it, sometimes they just meet dogs they don't like. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like, it just doesn't work. It's a biological thing, maybe even. I don't know. But yeah, you're agreed. Sometimes it's unintentional. It's like...
Speaking of dogs, tomorrow, not to give too much away, but one of my videos is dog related. One of my picks, I should say, is dog related. Very, very
Great.
dog related.
Good.
But it's
Good.
not what you think.
You like that. But it's not a dog. It's somebody playing a dog.
Maybe. Is it? Well, you'll have to
Could
find out
be.
tomorrow.
I don't know. You'll find out tomorrow. All right. So yeah, it's a connection thing. This is ASMR Weekly. I agree. It's definitely some sort of connection. There's whatever it is that you're looking for in ASMR. There's so many variables there why people come to it. But I think that plays a role into what you sort of like. I love French Whisper because I am obsessed with history. So it's like almost like my old history teacher who like unintentionally put me to sleep. It's kind of that same vibe. And you definitely look for those things when you try to recreate kind of what gave it to you to begin with.
That's
Paul,
why I like
now you're up again. Oh, go ahead.
That's why I like
Go
the
ahead.
ASMR nerd so much, because I'm really into gaming and tech, and that's how I got into ASMR
Me
in
too.
the first place.
Totally agreed.
I got to play role-playing D&D with the ASMR nerd. That was so fun.
Yeah.
Did a
That sounds
one-shot.
amazing.
What an
That
amazing
sounds
thing.
amazing.
Go check
Uh,
out
but
Roll
if
for
you
wanna-
Relaxation.
Bring up Whisper Audios. Nathan, if that's okay. Victor Riv. And
Yeah.
Sword. Yeah. Yeah, see if you can just move on a little bit to the... So it's very difficult. It's tricky to do more than one character, but it's really fun to see those videos where someone does two characters on the screen and they move across. This is 7 characters. 7 characters that Whisper Audios does throughout here. They're all well done. They all have their own sounding voice. So they do seem like different characters. That's a very, very difficult thing to do. All very, very convincing. So as I say, the acting is brilliant, but the writing is really, really good as well. So it feels like a different experience. It feels like you're experiencing different parts and elements of a party. It does make you feel like you're at this vampire party, and it's funny as well. So when you first start, you can just keep clicking through, Nathan.
Yeah, why don't we actually give it like 15 seconds? Let's hear the.
Yeah.
Stop.
But you can, like, they say there's some drunk acting here, but you see like a bit at the start where they're waving a glass and they're drinking what looks like wine, and then she says a nice cheeky redhead, which I thought was very funny. But there's lots of funny throughout, and there's a very boring vampire who works, a lot of her characters that have come together in this one video, and it's very brilliant video, very well done.
You got a job at Blood Lab? Not as
the
exciting
accents,
as
of
Blood
course.
Hunter. Do you know my
Awesome. If you aren't already, please go check out Whisper Audio's ASMR. Go check out their channel. She's got other incredible videos. I think some like Victorian era stuff that's really, really good. She does really great historical role plays as well. So highly recommended as well. Okay, so that's great. Let's move on to the next one. And that's that is a lovely video right there. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to kind of skip through because I have so many that I'm going to like just skip through some of the the highlights here. I just have to show this because it's GB and like somebody has to mention her. Like it's necessary in any ASMR conversation. But this particular one was historical, and I also just thought like I think she like learned
The Trojans almost had you.
to play some lute or something.
Please.
Like
Let me know if you feel too much pain. I already applied some bitter root.
yeah, but basically it's GB. If you don't know who GB is, she's the biggest, like I would say,
Going to
US
remove the
ASMR
spirit
artist. Maybe European, US based ASMR artists. I only think there's a few Korean mukbang ASMR artists who are bigger. But she's just incredibly talented. Also a very nice person. Just really like a
You
big
don't remember who
part
did
of the
this, do you?
ASMR community. Pretty much, like I would argue, one of the big glues of the community. Just keeps everyone together.
Very dramatic.
And her style just
But
varies
Patroclus has truly
from
taken me on as
this to, I mean, oh, here's see if we can hear this lute.
by watching Achilles.
Let's see if she actually. I think she said she played it. Yeah.
I want one of those.
Yeah, it's so cool. And anyone who like learns to play like the ancient Greek lute for a video, that's like you're a winner in my book. So
Lewis stuff.
I mean, look at that, like that cinematic look right there. But yeah, GB, definitely go check out her channel. One of the great ASMR artists, in my opinion. And again, like so many different styles from anime, usually role plays, although she does some other stuff. But like, I think for me, the things that stick out are like the fast, like 100 trigger, fast trigger stuff. She does a lot of those. But definitely go check out her channel as well. And I'm going to do a second one here because, again, I have so many of these. But I just need to mention this person as well, and that is the French Whisperer. This is their history of Buddhism. I mean, first of all, it's Buddhism, so you know it's going to be kind of focused on relaxation. But French Whisperer is one of the original ASMR artists. I mean, he's been around for about 10 years. And he's like Power of Sound. He has a voice of gold, possibly my favorite voice because he's also French. So, I mean, it's hard to beat a silky voice with French. And I'll just play it for a few moments here.
And the night Siddhartha was conceived, she would have dreamt of a white elephant, and 10 months later he was born.
It's a nice voice.
Early biographies say almost nothing of the young.
The thing is about him is he does, and this video is 2 hours and 24 minutes. Anyone who's done any type of history or informative ASMR to do 1 hour, 2 hours, this gentleman does sometimes 4-hour videos with, just millions of views, and it's dense. I mean, it's dense subject matter. So this man knows things. And it's really nice to just kind of have that sort of vibe. I think he's probably the top, the legend of the informative educational ASMR world. We do have a couple of comments here as well. ASMR Weekly says multiple characters by the same artist in one video is actually quite complex. I only tried recently in my September 1st video, but doing different voices, personalities, changing looks and all that is quite challenging. Totally agreed. Totally agree. Acting is its own, its own thing. And you see that, like, this gentleman here doesn't do any acting, but it definitely, to do that well, is extremely difficult. And with that said, please go check out, you'll see French Whisper ASMR. Definitely go check him out. He's also a huge gentleman, an amazing gentleman, excuse me, not huge, but an amazing gentleman, very helpful to new ASMR artists. I think he was one of my 10, like my top 10 subscribers in terms of like subscribe date. He was one of the first ones. So now I had nobody. So definitely go check him out. So with that said, Paul, do you want to share your next video?
Sure. Yeah, it's interesting because we pulled the list together as a group, and there are a lot of people who you put on your list that I skipped because you already had it on your list. So I think it was nice to see such a large overlap between the people who we really like. Do you want to bring up Moonlight Cottage, maybe?
Moonlight Cottage, right here.
You can't talk about good ASMR without
any ad? Any ad? No, we're good. We're free. No ad. No ad.
A lot of people have already mentioned Moonlight Cottage in the notes. Look at this. Look at this open. She picks music perfectly. The close-up shots.
We'll kind of skip through because I don't want to get that music to register.
Yeah,
and
you do it. You mute it, because we can just
go there. And we're skip. And here we go.
Yeah,
let's cut to this forest scene with no music.
As well. So the knife that we had there looked like it was just like she's come out of history. Is she a time traveler? I wonder, because it feels like someone went back in time and just followed a person from that period. The knife, the trueness of it, the authenticity of it always blows me away. I think It's some of the most visually beautiful ASMR that you're ever going to see. Best of the best. And then you wonder, how does it get better than that? How do you improve on that? Not so easy. But every time I watch one of her videos, it does seem to improve a little bit more somehow as well. And she has this amazing breadth of time period that she covers as well. So like more Renaissance things. And she did this great sort of one where she was Edwardian, and she's going through a magazine and was even had a telephone in there. But every single step of this is so well thought out and breathtaking. How can you not mention Moonlight Cottage?
I like that you chose the nature stuff as well, because I do think there's definitely some connection between the piece of nature and ASMR in general. It's part of the unintentional aspect of it. And also, if y'all out there have not seen or subscribed to Moonlight Cottage ASMR, please go check out her channel. It's right here. And when Keith comes back, I think he will... Paul want to put the next video link in the chat. That'd be much appreciated. I will be unable to do it. Paul, do you want to put this link to this video?
Yes, I've got it.
Please do. Yeah, just link your channel there so people can check it out if they would like. We have a couple comments here. That's some really smooth voice with cool accent indeed. Yeah, so the French Whisper's voice is like the GOAT. Maybe the best, my favorite voice for sure. Just straight up voice. But he also is a no-face ASMR artist, so that's its own thing. If you don't like the no-face, then you might not like it. But yeah, his voice is incredible. But yeah, Moonlight Cottage, probably one of my inspirations as well. I didn't put her on my list because I knew you would put her on there. But she's super talented, and I just feel like she just lives in like 16th century France and is just like sending videos from the past. Like that's the only way to explain how her props are so well done. But again, yeah, one of the GOATs. And I think that's actually a perfect time to bring up another GOAT who I would put in the same breath with her. And that is actually the great Atmosphere ASMR. I think I had two in here. Did I have two? Yeah, I have two. And one is a cyberpunk. So I'll just show you both of them at the same time, just like really, really briefly. But we'll keep this Kotz Castle. It knows I was looking at European vacations. Darn it. But how does it know? How does it know? So here we go. This is like next level. I would say probably in terms of technical ability, like the ideas Atmosphere comes up with are just like unbelievable. I think she is probably for me, my top ASM artist in the past 2 or 3 years, in just terms of like, she came out of nowhere, and every video is like, ranges from historical role plays to like, where she's playing 2 people at once on a very pampering, like, and the props are perfect. Everything is just well done. This is just a classic plane video. I chose a more, the next one is a little more intense. But you can just see it's just, everything is perfect. At one time, she's in like the video at Weiss, as you can see back there, like she plays herself and it kind of looks believable, which is like, that's insane. It's like amazingly hard to do that. She also has some Victorian stuff, which are just out of this world, amazing. And there's like where she has 3 of herself playing in one scene. This one is just another one real quick. It's just a cyberpunk. But again, her execution on everything from camera angles to lighting to just like everything looks perfect. And so I would say she's definitely one of my top, like if someone asks me what ASMR is and I'm like, all right, you might think it's just tapping, but wait till you check this out. It's like a movie. And I would like, Atmosphere would be probably the first person I would show to show transcendence beyond just like a relaxation. But we'll just listen for like 15 seconds.
Okay, open your
and
mouth.
Then there you go, right there. We have a comment here. ASM Architect says, I love the Victorian one where she walks you through the town. Everything she does is amazing. Totally agreed. That was one I was going to choose, that or the Victorian Tailor, but I went with this one just because we had a couple other people who were doing the Victorian thing. But agreed that Victorian one where it's through the town and that technique where she's walking along, I've used that in my own videos, but she's amazing. Agreed. Thank you for linking that in the chat as well, FamCam. Okay, so let's move on to the next one here. I think we're gonna have time just to get through the remainder of our list here. Paul, which was the next one you wanted to show?
I had picked Atmosphere as well. So there was a video about Atmosphere.
All right, we're going to Atmosphere for a 3rd Atmosphere in a row. Atmosphere, if you're watching, we love you. We love you. You're amazing. All right, let's choose the next video here.
It's just
it's one of the goats.
We'll do it really quick. I'll cover that one then. It's called Let Me In, and it is a Halloween special where I don't want to spoil it because it's got a really, really good middle. It's got a really, really good end, but it is just visually very,
this
very
is
stunning.
amazing.
And it incorporates some of William Shakespeare's sonnets. True artistic work of art.
Yeah.
I'll not go into too much detail because it does have a nice ending. But if you click somewhere in the middle, you'll just see, like, look at that start. But if you click in the middle somewhere, you'll see the sort of window effect, which is really cool, where she's standing against the window. Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's
got the colored lenses in there.
Reflection.
I mean, that's
just
the reflection,
Yeah.
The background with the bokeh. It's just really well done, and everything is executed perfectly on this video.
Yeah.
Let's just see if we can. And then, I do like at the end she does these ambiances, which are like just pretty nice. It just kind of shows.
The way to finish, isn't it? Yeah.
I've done a little bit of that on my own video. I kind of felt like it's just a nice way to close out, like leave you in this. Because then, a cinematic ASMR, your goal is to bring the viewer into the place, and I think that this is a way to really, you're leaving them in the place too, to kind of just relax and take it in. But look at that snow effect. That's just perfect. That even gives ASMR Weekly a run for his money right there. So yeah, totally agreed. ASMR, Atmosphere ASMR, please go check them out. They're kind of hard to find on YouTube because there's like a couple Atmospheres, but just do Atmosphere ASMR. Even though she doesn't have in her name, you can find her that way or in the chat as well. Okay, great. So we're going to move on to the next one. And let me see here. I'm going to load up. Let's see here. What do we have here? Okay, so I actually think this is like a really good one in terms of... Hear that, anyone? You didn't hear that pop song. That's definitely going to give us a strike.
On mute, I think.
So this is SRP ASMR, and I just needed to cover the medical doctor like ASMR type role plays. SRP is actually an optometrist, or no, I'm sorry, actually an eye doctor, not an optometrist, like an actual eye doctor. So, I mean, first of all, who has those tools? I mean, you'd have to be a real doctor to have. I mean, if you just go through all of it, he's got stuff that just nobody, unless you literally were a doctor, would want to spend money on having. So it's pretty much like no one could compare to this man's breadth of knowledge when it comes to eye exams, and he's got like the best eye exam role plays, hands down. That's just, there's not even. Everyone is down here. This man is like way up here because he actually knows what he's talking about. So that's that's important when you're talking about doctor stuff. But yeah, as far as the medical role plays go, SRP, one of the greats. And you know what? I'm realizing this was a couple days before 2022. So now I feel ashamed, but he's got some more recent ones. I thought I had double checked that.
I'm really going to need
go
to
check out SRP.
I'm really going to need to borrow my parents' instruments. They're eye doctors.
Oh, well, there you go. Then you theoretically can make an incredible eye doctor roleplay. I'm going to go to one other one here because, again, I just have a bunch more here. And I think just a good one to mention is ASMR Zeitgeist. This is like ASMR Elements. I think, first of all, go check out ASMR Zeitgeist's channel, ASMR Zeitgeist. I think ASMR Zeitgeist is the largest.
Zeitgeist.
I think he might be the.
He has an amazing voice.
That's more Fred's voice. I feel like it's more Fred's voice.
You think so?
No, but he's the. That was a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think you need a little more German in there, a little more German accent. But
yeah, I'm not good
Michael,
at the German accent, but once I nail it,
hard one. It's a hard one to do well. Michael is a gentleman, also very supportive of a lot of other smaller ASMR artists. Like, also, he was one of my first subscribers as well. Like, he's very active in the community. Always a gentleman. He's been a part of some of our collaborations. But just watch this video and you will see. I think he is the largest male non-mukbang ASMR artist.
That's a mouthful, no pun intended.
It is. But you can just see this man, like his aesthetic, like his just like modern German, like clean. Just, the sound is incredible. I think unmatched probably in ASMR. Just his execution of.
Yeah.
I mean, the colors, the simplicity, the aesthetic is just perfect in my opinion. He doesn't do any acting. He's not role playing really. I mean, he does them once in a blue moon, but he's more about just like pure, unadulterated. I mean, look at that. That's like pure ASMR right there. There's no funny stuff there. It's just like pretty to look at, and the sounds are just classic. And he's got like that orange glow.
Know who it is as well, don't you? That aesthetic is just.
He's got it's such a clean aesthetic. I think Made in France does have a similar like color vibe, but the way that his is just so coordinated, it's incredible.
Nails it, yeah. Very impressive.
Anonymous Mess says, "I love his voice." Totally agreed. We love him, and it's just those classic like. He's a nice guy. He's just a really good dude. Like when he's smiling, you know, he's got a good heart, this guy. I think that's part of connecting with your ASMR creators, knowing, you know, you want somebody who you feel like is probably nice, you want to connect with on some level personally. Again, he's got the little moving eyes. That's just like one of his like standard things. He has that in a lot of his videos. The funny blinking like that. I definitely wish he did more speaking or role plays or whatever he would be comfortable with. You know, so he's been a part of Tingle Smith's collaborations where he has done some acting. I highly recommend you check out the Murder on the Orient Express ASMR. He was incredible. He was incredible.
I wish he did more role plays as well because he is so good at it. He has such a nice voice for it. I mean, I think what he does is brilliant, right? And he has such a good aesthetic. I just want to hammer back on top of that because he was on my list as well. But yeah, he has such a nice voice for it. And
He really
I
does.
like to
Yo, he's on
see
your list here as well.
one that he did, his space one. He is on Death on the Nile as well. Great honor to have him for Setback a second time for a Christmas special with ASMR Weekly. So
Absolutely.
he does a great job in there as well.
By the
He's
way,
just very subtle, good actor.
question: who is everybody's favorite Mike character of Zeitgeist? Mine is Toshi.
What is this?
Your favorite Mike of his character-wise?
I don't think I know it well enough.
Mine is Toshi, the can't think of the Mike side for some reason. I'm blanking on it. Tascam.
Okay, cool.
It's so
It's
cool.
charming. I like that. That is funny. Gracie B ASMR says Zeitgeist. I think he was one of the first ASMR artists I watched after discovering ASMR, and of course Fred's voice.
Yeah.
Well, Fred's voice is coming out very soon. So, Murder on the Orient Express with Chef's Kiss as ASMR architect. Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Paul, you are up here. Looks like we've got one more. It looks like here.
I think I had two more. I had Bluewhisper as well, but that's not the
Bluewhisper.
Bluewhisper one I chose. So maybe
Okay.
cut that one because we already had Bluewhisper a couple of times.
I'll bring
would
her up
just
in my
say-
video, and then we'll load up the video that you had there.
No, it's
along
okay.
with it.
I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, you're not gonna steal
So,
it. No,
I mean,
no.
I think the Bluewhisper has such an amazing voice for ASMR. Again, really good actress, really nice aesthetic. It has this sort of soft look to it. Really, really nice color grades always to her work. Interesting stories and perfectly paced. That's the hard thing to do. She paces her videos really nicely. I think the one I picked was A Very Strange Exam, which is, she's very funny. So in her writing, a lot of the things that she does is very humorous. But
So
this
which,
is yours. You
which
take
one was it here?
one.
We'll load it right. No, we'll load up here. Which one was it again? It was
It's the second last one she did. There you go. Strange Personal Attention role play.
Strange
just-
Personal Attention. All right, let's check this out. Here we go.
You see how that sort of like that soft look to the videos is very relaxing in itself. And then this is both relaxing and really funny at the same time. So there's a nice eye bath for you, where she has to put gloves on. And it is just genuinely very funny. And the soft lighting, everything, then the voice and the pace is really good.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And again,
goggles.
stay tuned because after this will be my interview with Bluewhisper one-on-one. She's going to share us some of her experiences as a YouTuber, as an ASMR artist, just some of the challenges and some of her holiday plans as well. It's very, very interesting. But this is a fantastic video as well. Definitely agreed on the aesthetic.
Yeah, and I can jump
Those are
in
the
if
gentle
you don't
sounds
have
there.
any more, Nathan, on my last one.
Oh, I have more.
Okay,
So
you
I
go,
also
you
did
go
her
then. And then-
relaxing PC build, which I just thought was like, it kind of was like an ASMR nerd video, and I just thought it was like probably one of my top videos of this year. It was like, I love that kind of thing, and look at that machine right there. And she kind of crosses genres here, where she does like a kind of classic thing, but also touches on the sort of techie gaming ASMR thing, which I think again is very inherent, and it's very impressive to. It's hard to build a computer too, so I thought that was cool.
And finish.
She's got the same kind of fans that my PC has.
Start
Wise,
getting out
great
the
minds
power
think alike, as
supply
they say.
and-
Yeah.
But anyone who builds a machine on camera, I mean, right there, you're going hard for ASMR right there. That's definitely impressive, and all for the tingles. You know, I mean, you probably just want to get it out there and start gaming, but to take your time slowly and to do it, that would take a lot of patience. I don't think
I also
have.
have the same RAM sticks. Great minds really do think alike.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think Paul, you had one more here that you wanted to
one
share.
more, yes, because we did a lot of people who have been doing it for a long time, and a lot of famous people here. But we bring up Annie's video.
You hear me?
Right here, my friend.
So Annie is a great storyteller as well. She does a lot of world building, which is impressive. Her writing is good. Her acting is excellent. Her timing is correct. You know, leaves the right gaps for someone to have a conversation with you. But her triggers are really good. But I think one thing that stands out for me is the journey on which she takes you. So she does a set of Witcher videos where she plays different characters, and you have one experience, and then another video will come out where you have another experience. Possibly you're traveling to somewhere, you're traveling to a tournament, and it just has this continuous nature of adventure throughout it. So that's a hard thing to do. You don't see very many ASMR artists go, right, I'm going to make 20 videos, start to finish, consistent story, and I'm going to commit to it. Very rare. And often it's hard to make a part 2 of something work because people think, oh, I haven't seen part 1. But thankfully, that's not happening. And these magic journeys she takes us on are excellent. I would check her out if I was you. And she's very new as well.
So let's give it like 10, 15 seconds and then we'll...
Mhm.
All right, fantastic. So if you have not checked out Ain Ani, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but spelled this way, A-E-N, Ani, A-N-I, ASMR. Definitely go check her out. I agree, she's fantastic. And I've seen a couple of those other role plays that are really, really good. And it's always good to highlight some of the smaller artists as well, because it's so, YouTube suggests the big ones. So sometimes it's quite difficult to stay up to date with all of the new, and there's thousands and thousands, of course, it's the money. But of course, the big ones also often got there, through hard work and stuff. So it makes sense. But agree, definitely go subscribe to their channel if you can and support them as well. Support ASMR. We'll close this video here. And then we're going to go through another video here. Let me just close the Zeitgeist video. So let's see here. Why don't I just go with, I think I'll do like 3 more and then we can just call it. I want to give a shout out to Lloyd's ASMR, his 1950s ice cream parlor role play. Like, it's so throwback and classic. He's got like a series of those videos. So if you've not checked out Lloyd's ASMR, I highly recommend checking him out. Just very like classic, and he's been making ASMR forever. He has a very natural feel that like a lot of ASMRists, they go for this overproduced thing, and you can get lost on the ASMR. So yeah, check out Lloyd's ASMR. Nameless Nomad ASMR. I'll just play the first couple seconds of this video because it's so good. But again, super talented, does a lot of role plays, but also some kind of traditional stuff as well. But as you can see, like, he's got special effects. He's got the interesting angles. Highly recommend checking this out. This is a Spider-Man video. So that's another one I recommend. Articulate Design, another person I recommend. He does a first-class train attendant role play. He's a gentleman, very supportive of the community. But again, he does such an excellent job just kind of focusing on the basics, I guess is how I'd say it. Like, he gives what I would consider to be a realistic first-class experience. Like, this man, has had some first-class experiences.
He's a first-class gentleman all around.
He is that's what I'm trying to say, because he is a first-class gentleman, so he knows. Shout out to him as well. So why don't I talk about these last 3 here? This one is actually a member of the ASMR TingleCon staff. This is Carol ASMR. I'm putting her there just because, I don't want to say this video relaxes me, although Spanish ASMR is amazing, but it's like just an incredible video. I'm not here to be embarrassed by it. But hold on, here we go. And wow, look at that costume. I mean, that is insane. I have nightmares from this.
It blows my mind every time I see it, even now. It's just...
You know what, anonymous mess? Maybe I take it back. This video gives me some like ASMR nightmares, like tingles, ASMR nightmare tingles. But it's an incredible video all around. Keith, do you want to talk about this video for a second? Do you want to just talk about Carol because she's not here, and we may not get another chance. Like,
yeah, well, Carol is a woman of many talents, as you can see with her cosplay, and she puts a lot of passion into her work, and it shows. I'll be honest, I haven't seen this whole video yet, but I have but I have seen it all around social media, and I don't know, words can't really describe it, but just the cosplay is second to none. I've never seen anything like it quite anywhere, honestly, let alone with somebody that I am close to in the community.
Yeah. Absolutely. The costume is like outstanding.
Yeah.
I would say only like Shani, ASMR Shani, I think has pretty like a couple ones like with this quality of cosplaying, but I think Lizzie Lestrange also does have some great cosplays, but Riley Roses I think also does some pretty amazing. There are not very many people of this caliber, but Carol's incredible, also a member of the team. Please go check out her channel, subscribe if you can, and we would be very appreciative of that.
Yeah.
So that's another one.
Sometimes I like to, oftentimes when I watch ASMR videos, it's while I'm working on something. So I listen to audio, and Carol's videos is perfect for that because I don't speak fluent Spanish yet. So that not fully understanding the language yet is less distracting than listening to something in English where I actually can't help but think about what's being said. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think that's why I like ASMR Twix and like her Japanese stuff. It's like almost not understanding it makes it more exotic. But I think there is something biological there where something that is like new sounding or more exotic sounding is more pleasing in some way. I mean, there's definitely some truth to that in some way.
I always
like to just talk about
English channel when I actively watch
English
her
channel?
stuff.
She's got an English channel as well. Make sure you all check that out. What is it under? What is it, Carol
ASMR.
Carol
English.
ASMR English?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So definitely check that out if you're interested in her, to see her in English.
Oftentimes she'll do a Spanish version and English version of her stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wish I was that talented. You do see that people, they do Russian and the English and Italian, all these different like multi-language language ASMRs. That's just really awesome.
Yeah.
Portuguese and English versions. Okay, so I want to talk about two more, and then we can move on to, I think, our to wrap up here and move on to our Bluewhisper interview. So the next one I want to talk about, I think I'll just end on that one there. But this is ASMR P Pomo, or ASMR Pomo, one of the legends of Korean ASMR, South Korea, along with Latte and Dana, although Dana I don't think is active anymore. But I think she's very similar to Zeitgeist in that a lot of her stuff is like pure sounds. And this is actually a video, 300 triggers. It was 2 years of triggers that she did in this video. So you can see it's an hour long. She's got the sound is flawless. I feel like ASMR Korean, like South Korean ASMR artists, their sound is so crisp. Like I think there's something they're doing over there. It just sounds really, really good. But as you can see here, it's just like those classic ASMR triggers, not trying to do anything too fancy, but small things and doing them well.
All the small things.
Ultimately, all the small, the reference there. But this is what I think ASMR is in a lot, like in its essential form, is like these basic things when you're experiencing them in the wild, if you want to call it that. And sometimes it's easy to get lost in the production stuff, but I do find simple things can be the best ASMR. And so I wanted to highlight this and just also highlight, because I think Asian, like South Korean, Japanese, Chinese ASMR artists, Ting Ting is another one. There's just a lot of ASMR in Asia. We haven't really had a lot of representation here at JingleCon because of the time differences and stuff. It's hard to set it up, but I just think that they have such an incredible ASMR community, and the biggest ASMR artists are actually from South Korea. Like Zach Choi, I think has maybe 11 million subscribers. So there's a lot of them with maybe 10 or a dozen of them who've got 10 million plus. So I just wanted to make sure to include her there. And now on to the last one, which is going to be Fred's voice. I just leaving the best for last, right? This is
which neighborhood has become
Fred is like a legend.
Only in ASMR can you get away with a title like that.
Trying to trigger my wife. Ultra fast haircut. I mean, look, it's a haircut video and Fred. That's all you need to know. This man has the fastest clippers in the West, as they say. And Fred's voice is an OG. He's just been around forever. He looks like Thor. I mean, it's hard to beat that. And he loves Star. The guy's a gentleman. I've never seen him reply to any comment anywhere. That what is what it is. He's so old school. He doesn't need to reply anymore. But really an interesting guy, and I think just his clippers and this video particularly made me laugh.
His wife is very
like,
brave to just sit there while he's playing with scissors around her head.
Yeah, and she doesn't look too impressed, to be honest. She's like, I don't know. She's like, I'm more of a gentle whispering.
I've seen it all.
Sorry. Yeah, she's like, I don't know. I'm not really into the clipper. Like, it's more of a latte fan, this one. But I just think it's really like funny. Kind of, I try to imagine like my own fiance, like just like laughing because she has to listen to me do ASMR too, and you're kind of like, oh, I feel bad. But she does live ASMR as well, so she does not like not a fan, but I just that face, I know it, and of course, especially when you have to be like, also I'm recording, so if you could just like not say anything or move, especially footsteps with like any shoes on, I'm gonna need you to not do that for about 30 minutes. Oh, and the AC and the Florida heat, yeah, you're gonna have to turn that off. But look at this guy's moves in the background. He's really trying his best. She's like, I don't know, but and he also does some English gentleman stuff. But Fred is one of the OGs. Again, very highly recommended. Check out his channel, Fred's Voice ASMR. I definitely am a huge fan. We have a comment here. Irene Wolvercoat. I might have mispronounced that. It says, Bear Sung Young is my favorite Korean ASMR artist. Okay. Well, why don't we just bring up that right now? Bear Sung Young. Here we go. Let's take a look. I'm not familiar. This looks like
Aw.
I love this. I actually do know this channel. That's sad that I know this one. But it's
How's
like,
that
yeah,
sad?
like,
It's a kitty.
well, look at this cat.
That's it's pure happiness.
No, am I subscribed to this? Wait, I need to subscribe to this as soon as
Oh my god. So precious.
Bear Sung Young. I mean, look at this cat. Like, God, that's amazing. Honestly, I want someone to do this to me in real life. Just like,
Right?
I'm just like that. Like,
Does it look like a real cat? Does it?
it's real, bud. It is real.
There we go. Yeah.
I just love the detail that this person puts into like pampering their cat. Like she has all sorts of tools that she like. I watched. Yeah, like exactly. Like she has like very small little brushes and stuff. Like
Nice.
just kind of torturing your cat right there. He's like, why are you doing that? Hey, don't do that. Trying to relax over here.
Trying to relax over
is great.
here.
You're trying to relax over here. How did you teach your cat how to paint a masterpiece? Let's see this one. We're going to do one more, guys. We're going to do one more here. If anyone has anybody else in the chat that they would like us to just check out real quick, please put it in the chat right now because we've only got about a couple minutes left here, just about 5 minutes left. And then we're going to jump on to the next segment here. So if there's anyone you want us to look at, enter them in the chat right now. And yes, oh my gosh, Nara, it is so cute. Look at this. I mean, it's like a cat. We're going to turn off the sound on this because it's got a little bit of some music in there. But it just shows you here. Okay, she's teaching her cats to make art here. I guess they're licking the paint somehow. All right, we got another request here. Okay, we got some. Well, we're getting some dog rivalry here. All right, so we're gonna stop this one. That's incredibly cute. That's amazing. Okay, so we're gonna load up these two. We got Milo, the ASMR dog. Let's take a look at Milo here.
You're in for a treat.
4.6K.
Oh, hi there. I'm Milo. ASMR dog. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, let's look at his hotel check-in.
Yeah.
Role player.
Okay, spoilers.
holiday.
One of his videos is in my list for tomorrow. It's not this one, although I should have added that, but we're showing it now, so screw it.
Look at those sounds.
How do you spell that?
It's actually like not bad. It's actually good. I feel weird about relaxing to a dog, but maybe like there's something to, maybe this guy knows stuff we don't know. I mean, dogs are amazing, right?
Dogs are amazing.
We do know, yeah, we know. I know Luna innate. Let's see. Let's load up the next one here. We're gonna spend a couple more minutes here. Vita ASMR was recommended here by ASM Architect. Vita, here we go. Do you have any videos in particular, ASM Architect, that you would love to show about for Vita, or we'll just maybe we'll look at the top video to see what that looks like here. Yeah, Laura Innate does do good Reiki videos. Agreed.
Dr. Veda, I will be doing your audiogram today, hearing test. It's very nice to meet you, and I see that you have a history of hearing problems in the past, so you've had hearing tests before.
Veda.
Yes, okay.
Pronounce Veda.
Now, it looks like, according to your history, a year ago you had bilateral corrective surgery for otosclerosis.
And we'll skip through some of this here.
Okay, excellent. So that's your right ear. Do your left ear at 250 hertz, okay?
So
we will be reducing.
We'll go to another video here. This looks like this is a classic doctor role play. This one looks kind of interesting here. Let's go to this ambulance concussion.
Guys, I found the best grooming life hack
That's
on
interesting.
TikTok. Laser
on
hair
that.
removal by laser.
Oh, no.
Before
Skip that. Okay, here we go.
To premium, you laser remove those ads.
Yeah. I have premium on one of my accounts. It's just that I have like 10 accounts. So
yeah.
At some point, it's on my other one. See, but it changed for some reason. It's on my ASMR account. It switched off my. Okay, so that's really cool. Vita ASMR, definitely go check them out. There's some classic Dr. Roleplays. We're gonna load up another one here. Luna Innates. Is it Luna Innate? I think it is. I definitely, I'm subscribed to that channel. Let's do Reiki, because she does have some incredible Reiki videos here. Grace. Very true. There are actually a lot of kid ASMR artists, like on kids YouTube, which is separate from.
I had desktop audio muted because of the ad, but Nathan just read what Gracie wrote.
Oh,
sorry.
So yeah, Gracie just said children watch the videos as well, so puppets might be kind of more for that audience. And there is a kids YouTube ASMR scene. We don't see those videos because it's for kids YouTube. So unless you're on there, you're not going to see them. But there are some humongous kids ASMR artists. I mean, like millions of subscribers. So I can't think of any off the top of my head that I guess I feel would feel a little odd watching those videos personally, but for kids, it makes a lot of sense. So, if they're out there, if there are any kids watching, they're looking for that kind of content. ASM Architect says she does a lot of, this is about Veda ASMR. She does a lot of medical stuff. Thought she was a doctor or something in real life, but apparently she just studies up for them. Okay, so we got one more here. And again, we have just 7 minutes left here, guys, and we're going to move on to the next segment here. So we'll go to Dreamscape ASMR. Apparently I'm subscribed to Dreamscape ASMR, so there's that. I can't remember which video I watched last of hers.
It's hard to remember every channel you're following.
There's well, look, I have 977 channels I'm following, so I have kind of following a lot of people. Oh, there it is, the Swamp Siren. I looked at that 5 months ago, so that was about that time. So this one, I'll struggle. Okay, so here's a question. We'll go to Dreamscape here, but watching you choose a video makes me wonder, how stressful is it to try creating a thumbnail you think people will like? The answer to that is that it's very difficult. There are people whose job is solely to create thumbnails. It's literally like a design type that there are people who specialize in that content. The average going rate is about $50 a thumbnail if you're just like doing it on a professional scale. So yeah, I mean, people who are doing them like Mr. Beast and stuff, they might even have one or two in-house people who just do them consistently and creating a style. Thumbnails, you're creating a style, you know, there's an aesthetic that like an actual artistic aesthetic that goes into that design. And there's a lot of philosophies that go into choosing which things you're showing and not showing. My boss does a lot of food content. So we try to cover each thumbnail with 60% food, you know? So, I mean, there are things with each style. ASMR is probably more face oriented where you're wanting to show a personable face with a smile. There's like all these things that go into it. Are you going to green screen? Are you going to do this or that? And then of course, setting up the shot, you know, you want to set up a shot. You may or may not be able to green screen and put yourself in there later, but yeah, it's very difficult. If you find a good thumbnail designer, it's like, again, it can be a profession, and you can make really good money doing that. So, that is one thing. Let's check out this video here. Winter Elf Roleplay, Comforting You to Sleep, 48K from Dreamscape ASMR. And just glance at this here. I'll let that ad play, or it looks like Weekend Cruises. And here we go. There we go.
You'll freeze if you stay out here. Your lips have already turned blue.
Amazing.
They're
We got
blue. If
multiple
they were
scenes
green,
here.
I would die.
We got a second scene here. That's really, really nice. Yeah, she's very talented. Agreed. This is top-notch content.
Let me know if you need an extra.
Skip the next scene here. So he's got some different camera angles, the winter background there.
Nice color grade.
Yeah, really good. All very professionally done. I agree. This is I see why I subscribed. Very, very talented right here. Highly recommended. One other thing to say about thumbnails is just that the way to think about it is like you're flipping through your TV guide or like looking for movies and you see the different like movie posters and that makes you decide what to get. You know, a lot of people are still at the end of the day, it's like, even if your video is genius, if no one's enticed to click on it, they're not going to watch your video. You know, it could be the best video that has a bad thumbnail. No one's going to be drawn to it. And so a large percentage, maybe 10 to 20% for a really top-notch creator, that's going to improve their click-through rate maybe 2 to 3 or 4 times. So they really are like abnormally outsized in terms of their influence. Just one other thing to add there. We have another recommendation here. I'm sorry, Keith, do you want to say something?
I miss the days of TV Guide. Just watch.
Yeah.
For those of you who are younger, there used to be a thing where you watch a channel on TV that shows you all the different channels of all the shows coming up, and it would like slowly scroll through. It was before we had digital cable and DVR and all that, where you could just flip through it yourself and see what's on.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Here's another recommendation here. So Whisperwind ASMR, who we may have her in this year at JingleCon, but she's been in, I believe, TingleCon every year, maybe? She might be one of the few who's been in every single year.
I think she might have, yeah.
Or at least since I've been on, the past like 3 years or so, 3 or 4 years.
I think she might have been on the first one too. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, maybe. She and I started around the same time. But she's super talented, an incredible actress. I mean, like very standout. Called
Nate, when you
Knob
talk
the
during
Goblin.
ads, I mute desktop audio and no one can hear you.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
repeat what you said.
No, I was just gonna say she's a top-notch actress. The costuming is just fantastic. Definitely one of my favorite ASMR artists. Like, and seeing the diversity from Whisperwind in terms of like it's like a village, and she was doing like a very story-oriented village in ASMR versus like she's got Knob the Goblin, which is like a goblin-related ASMR. Let's go check that out here. Well, we'll let this play for a minute or two longer.
By the way, fun fact.
For like 30 seconds.
She her slogan "Stay Magical" is actually based on mine, "Stay Chill." With my blessing.
There you go. Makes sense.
Makes
really sense. Cool. It's a nice California vibe right there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Goblin ASMR. Now this is her new channel. It's pretty wild, actually. Let's see this one. Does this make you tingle? I mean, I can only imagine how much time it takes to put on this makeup here.
When moving ready means just that.
Yeah. I just got tingles now. Sorry, what? Ooh, it depends on what kind of video I'm making. Like if I'm doing a gaming video, I prefer using green screen, although I don't really do gaming videos that much anymore. That's mostly strictly live on Twitch. But if I'm doing a role play, usually I'll use a green screen if it calls for a certain scene that I can't find in real life or don't want to spend an exorbitant amount of money building. But for traditional ASMR, I just like having this background. If I were a rich man. Mm-hmm.
Do them. Just takes longer.
Paul, I had desktop audio muted again, so nobody heard the first part of what you said.
Okay, it wasn't that interesting, don't worry. But
Paul's talking about how he feels about the green screen. We're replying to Nara's
green
comment.
Screen is perfect for sci-fi stuff, isn't it? And then building a set, it's great. Takes a long time, bit expensive, so not everybody can do that. I like to try to do it, but I don't release too many videos, so it's quite doable for me to build sets. But I think having green screen doesn't rule you out from being a cinematic ASMR artist. I think that a lot of costume and the makeup and the look and the props make it. And what's behind you, you can sort of take it or leave it if you're doing everything right up front. So, yeah.
And that's why I'm not a cinematic ASMR artist. I know shit about costumes and makeup and all that. I am the worst at it. I have no fashion sense in general. Let's be real.
I think you do pretty good, Keith.
The tux, yeah, but like outside of that, I'm like, I just wear what is comfortable and simple. That's how I roll.
There we go. Autofocus. Darn you, GH5 autofocus. My autofocus is giving me a little problem here. Real quick, I just want to say my response to that because I just want to add in the with green screen. I definitely prefer. I'm going to zoom this out here. I prefer a natural setting. I prefer natural light. I like being outdoors. I actually like being in the field doing it the most, just because in the studio at the end of the day, it's impossible to replicate what you can get in the real world, like the lighting and the background, the bokeh. Like you're restricted by the size of the room, and the green screen is limited by the plugins you have. Like unless you have like super expensive plugins, it's hard to get like a really good results. Like you can always kind of see the fuzz, that kind of, like it's hard to do it. So at the end of the day, my preference is like, you just can't beat a real set. That's like impossible to recreate it unless you got a lot of money. So like, in which case you could recreate it, but it's like, you probably could recreate it better without the green screen. But I will say, as a cheaper, more accessible, like currently I'm doing a green screen video. That's my next release in a couple days. I mean, there's no way I could be in a castle, like a stone castle. So, I mean, I have to use a green screen. So it's the cheaper, less time consuming alternative. And so in that instance, I would highly recommend a green screen. But if you're like just starting out, especially, the green screen's hard to learn how to use it and get the lighting right. And it's still never going to be quite as good. So that's just my opinion. And I think, but again, if you're a Marvel studio and you've got an unlimited budget and teams of artists to work on the lighting, and like, of course, then green screen is like extremely powerful. So I just wanted to add in that caveat as well.
And also for green screen. Sorry.
You go, Keith.
Okay. For green screen, I highly recommend getting the Elgato green screen that rolls out, because if you get like a cloth green screen, you're going to have to iron it, and taking it down, iron it, and putting it back up without it getting wrinkled again is next to impossible, because you're not going to want to iron it when it's on the wall. It's going to drench your wall and cause it to rot and mold. May be based on a true story. But yeah, avoid that at all costs. And
absolutely
that way it will appear flat, and that way it will be easier to get the correct effect. Even if your lighting is subpar, like mine has been for most of my channel's existence, it will still work as long as your green screen is flat and you don't have too many shadows. And learning how to do the color key is honestly not all that hard. You just got to use the right plugin. If you're using, for example, if you're using Premiere, use Ultra Key, don't use Color Key. Ultra Key is not that great either, but it's significantly better than Color Key. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say there is one called Promote Keyer. It's part of the Red Maxon package. It's about $99 a month. You will get like a full VFX suite, but that particular green screen effect plugin is quite good. I also recommend one called Beauty Box, the Light Wrap Fantastic, because one of the things with the green screen is there's a green reflection that kind of lights your your outline. And what you'll notice, like with pro green screeners, they'll do a lot of layers to remove that. But if you're unable to do that, this plugin will kind of wrap the light from the behind onto your body so that you will remove that green reflection. But with all that said, do we have any other questions in the chat? Paul, you had something to say?
Oh, no. I mean, I would jump off the back of what you said there, Nathan, as well, which is check out DaVinci Resolve. That thing is brilliant. It's free, and you have Resolve, this, when you do the green screening there, they have something called despill, and you can see the green outline. You despill, gone. I've never had any problems with DaVinci Resolve. So good for extracting green screen. But
DaVinci Resolve has.
I was going to say, if you're lucky, you can pin your green screen cloth to the wall. It's always there if you're able to do that. But you can do sets as well without too much money. I remember Whisper Audios filmed a video on an actual real antique steam train, and that was very impressive.
That's my favorite, when you really get it like a live action. DaVinci Resolve is more powerful out of the box than Adobe Premiere. Like I said, Premiere, you really do need a lot of the plugins. I mean, Ultra Key is okay, like it's usable, but it's not going to give you like Marvel level results. But DaVinci definitely gives you better color grading just out of the box and things like that. But with all that said, I think it's time for our Bluewhisper interview, right?
Before we do, Nathan,
do you have anything else you want to add?
I got to point out that because I had desktop audio muted, nobody got to hear the sounds from Nobgoblin. They just watched a silent film.
Here, we'll play it right now.
So let's play a little bit again.
Let's play a little Nobgoblin, and then we're going to close out here and move on to our Bluewhisper interview. Here we go.
Yes.
What about this sound? Do you like this sound? Do you like the sound of this sound? Is this sound giving you the sound? Is this making you tingle? Are you tingling? Are you tingling? Are you tingling from this sound? Okay. What about this sound? Do you like this sound? I kind of like this sound. Do you like this sound? What do you think of this sound?
Awesome. You know, one that I was going to put in here, but I didn't, was the Your Psycho Ex-Girlfriend from Jody Marie. Just because that series is like incredible. I highly recommend y'all check that out as well. Jody Marie ASMR. I didn't know, I felt like it was not safe for TingleCon, it was a little, almost scared me, but very funny stuff. Highly recommend that video. And glad to help. Nara says, thank you for the explanation. We're glad to help out. That's what we're here for at JingleCon. So with that said, Keith, what do you think? Should we jump into our next segment here? And also, if you are not already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We don't go on YouTube. We're usually on Twitch, where we have a lot more following, but we're just trying things out on YouTube this year for a little bit, seeing how things go. But it does help us a lot with the algorithm. So please do like and subscribe to the video and to the channel. And with that, and also welcome to JingleCon if you're just tuning in now. So with that said, Keith, why don't you lead us into the next segment?
All right. Please enjoy our one-on-one with Bluewhisper, and then we will be back with the long-awaiting spicy mukbang. See you soon.
Hey there, and welcome back to JingleCon. I am Nathan Ismar, and I'm joined by the amazing Bluewhisper. Bluewhisper is here for JingleCon. We're going to be talking for about just 15-20 minutes about some of our holiday plans, just about ASMR in general. So that all said, welcome Bluewhisper to JingleCon.
Thank you so much for joining us here. Hello. So, we are doing this holiday event. We are just super excited about the holidays and, lovely to have you. Now, that said, why don't we just start off? We want to talk about your holiday plans and whatnot, but for the people who might not know you, where can they find you? And maybe if you could just talk for a moment about what they could expect to find.
Sure, yeah. So my channel is Bluewhisper. If you search in Google, you just find Bluewhisper. And I like to make a lot of role play videos. That's probably the main emphasis of my channel. Besides that, I like to explore a lot of different things like baking videos, gardening videos. I'm not big on trigger style videos, but anything sort of creative, sometimes crafty, I like to do sort of stuff like that.
Awesome. So, I love those garden videos. The journal ones are very nice as well. Big fan of those.
The journal ones. Oh my gosh.
Ones are good.
Yeah.
Those are good. So that's great. And I think we can talk a little bit more as we sort of move into things here. But why don't we talk for a moment? It is JingleCon, the sister or whatever sister of TingleCon. And a lot of people are celebrating for the holidays, whatever your denomination, whether you're Christian or Jewish person. What are you doing for the holidays? How does Bluewhisper spend her holidays, or perhaps just maybe how are you spending this holiday or this winter?
Yeah, I mean, probably like everybody, I like to spend it with my family. I get really excited about decorating the outside of the house, decorating the inside, making the tree really pretty. This tree back here is kind of basic right now, but
yeah. Awesome.
But getting started in that, baking cookies. Every year, my mom and I have a tradition of getting together for one day, and we bake like at least 3 to 4 different types of cookies together. It's a little bit chaotic. It takes probably 5 hours for us to get through the whole process, cleaning in between and jumping onto the next recipe. And what else?
And whoever gets to be there, I'm sure feels quite lucky.
Oh yeah, well they're kicked out of the kitchen because it's too much going on. Yeah, they run in there, grab one, and then run out real fast. Yeah, I'm fortunate that I have friends who throw holiday parties, so that's always fun to go to. And the community that I'm in really decorates a lot. Like almost every house, everyone is decorated down the block and down on other blocks. So I like to drive through the streets at night and just check out all the beautiful decorations that people do.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely. I have a question here. What do you have, like a particular ornament that you like to put on that tree, like a special one that you particularly put on there, or?
So I have a lot of vintage ornaments. I have a lot of Soviet Union ornaments.
Oh, wow.
Kind of been developing a collection over time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you go on eBay, you can find a good amount. I don't think I've found any at garage sales, but on eBay, there's some really cool ones. And they all have like some symbolism to them too, as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever followed the YouTuber Bald and Bankrupt, but he was in
Bald.
Bald and Bankrupt. Well, he's bald. Yeah, that's for sure. But he does a lot of that Soviet stuff. That stuff is awesome. I'm interested in that kind of like old vibe. You don't have to answer this, but do you have any plans to maybe just a hint about perhaps a holiday related ASMR video maybe that you're thinking about? I feel like I've seen a few from you in the past, you know. What do we have anything maybe being cooked up? Without giving away too much.
Maybe I might be doing kind of like a baking one this year. Yeah, just a little hint.
Yes.
I have a recipe that I make pretty much every year for Christmas, and I think it's pretty awesome. So
Bacon
hopefully
ASMR
I'll be able to get that one.
some of the best stuff. It's underdone. It's underdone. I think it's ASMR Bakery. I think is one that's like really, really fantastic. It's one channel that does a lot of that.
There's a couple Japanese and Korean ones that do really cool.
Oh my gosh,
baking
I love
videos.
those. I love those, and especially when it's like cream filled and they just do the sounds of like the pastries being made and whatnot. That's like my favorite. Those sounds.
Yeah,
Can't beat that.
How they record it.
How do they? I know
how they record it. It's just they get amazing sounds.
It's
somehow.
so crisp. But then you listen to Latte and you're like, I don't know. They have some secret. They must know that we don't.
Yes.
Amazing recording techniques. That's what it is, and just talent. No, but that said, that sounds really cool. It sounds really cool. So here's another question for you related to the holidays. What's one of your favorite things? I mean, you mentioned baking. Is there like something that you, or maybe even this question, like when you're looking at holiday themed ASMR videos, like what's something that you really enjoy?
Oh, I think this also applies to Halloween as Christmas.
Yes.
But I like how for the holidays, almost all ASMR creators, they get kind of like this creativity spark and they start doing all sorts of like costumes and crazy different concepts. I just get really excited for that. It's different than, your regular cranial nerve exams and regular haircuts that people do throughout the year. Once the holidays come around, everyone's like going all out and having fun with it, which I really like to see every year.
Yeah. I think they feel like they can get away with it,
Yeah,
it's like, all right, for Christmas, I'm going to do that elf role play that I've been wanting to do.
Yes.
Like, this is the time. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I think like I could mention like White Rabbit. She always does great characters throughout the year, but then for holidays, she does amazing characters. Amy Kay as well. She is always doing amazing characters. And then I get excited to see what they come up with for holidays because they always like is an extra little like dash of creativity into the whole ASMR community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that all said, I mean, I think that, I myself am looking forward to the holidays. So that sounds really lovely. Why don't we talk just for a few moments about, because again, we're keeping things short and sweet here at JingleCon. But I think a lot of people would like to know, you haven't been a part of TingleCon. So I usually ask some of these, basic questions that I feel like probably you have been asked before, but maybe not in this formal way. So I just was curious, how did you get into ASMR? And then maybe how did that lead to creating it?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, I've experienced ASMR my whole life, like a lot of people. Noticed it as young as maybe 5 or 6 years old with my grandma. She was one of the first people who triggered my ASMR. And then I always kind of wondered about it, this, strange feeling that I would get at school or around certain people. And I remember asking a doctor about it one time and they just kind of like, it's probably fine, like nothing to worry about. It's like, okay, well, they don't know what it is. But then I Googled like something in 2013 and the ASMR Wikipedia popped up and I'm like, what's this? So I clicked on it and there was a link in it to one of Gentle Whispering's videos. And I went onto her channel and I just like realized instantly, oh, this is it. This is the thing that I've experienced my whole life. Started getting addicted to videos as everyone does in the beginning. And then around that time, it was a lot smaller. The community was, just a few creators. And I thought that it might be a cool creative outlet for myself. So I just decided to try to make videos and I didn't really expect anything from it. And my channel started growing quickly and decided to just keep going with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a great story. It's a classic story, especially the part of people not quite knowing what it is in the beginning. Because we grew up before. I'm sure that if the future views this video, they'll live in a world where ASMR was always a thing. But for us,
Yeah.
it wasn't always, who knew what it was before?
I
They're
know.
like, I get these weird tingles when I was like, my best friend,
Yeah.
I was like, when you eat that cereal, bro, I'm not going to lie. I kind of enjoy that. I don't want to make this weird. I want to make this odd, but eat that cereal right now.
That was me with my friends when they would chew gum. I would be like, yes, I like it when you chew gum. They're like, okay.
That's amazing. That's truly amazing.
Yeah.
So great. So then now from that, I guess you started creating. And I mean, with that said, you've probably seen a lot of trends coming and going throughout ASMR. I mean, as you've sort of gone through the years, do you have a favorite ASMR trend that you sort of really just particular? I mean, you've mentioned baking and stuff like that. So, but maybe something else.
That's kind of a hard question, but I know in the beginning, role playing was actually a trend that started. When people started making videos, it was all kind of just whispering and quiet talking, but then role play started and it's become so widespread, and it's just my favorite part, the most fun thing to do, I think. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. What about a least favorite? You don't have to be super negative, but something you're not really like, maybe it's not your favorite thing.
Sure. Tapping doesn't really do much for me. I just not a main trigger for me. So
that's a hot take.
I know, because there's a lot of channels completely dedicated to tapping. Nicholas Productions. I'm not sure if he's still making videos, but he's like a master tapper.
Oh yeah, and JoJo is another one who does all tapping.
Yeah.
Tapping master.
So it just does nothing for me.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the tapping either. I probably prefer more the baking and the map stuff, things like that. I mean, everyone has the things that they enjoy, Some people like apple pies, rhubarb pie. So that said, I'm trying to decide what I want to ask you here, but how do you go about making ASMR videos? I mean, because again, we're running out of time, so I just want to dive into it. But what's a way you sort of get into that creative process? Maybe like just start from the idea. Like, how do you get the idea, and then how do you get to like clicking the publish button?
Yeah. I mean, ideas just kind of come to me. They just pop into my head. I have a massive list of them, and once I get an idea, I kind of like to get my hands dirty with it first. I can't really sit down and write it out so much. I have to like start building props and moving things together and like constructing a set, and then things start to flow a lot more, and then I get more ideas and more ideas and more ideas. And then once I've got enough together, I record and edit and put it out there. So I really would like to get more into the writing process of it, because I think that helps, but I'm more tactile, I think. So I like to kind of build and do things physically. So yeah.
Does it take you a long time to actually create a video, or does it depend on the project, or?
Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks. Also, getting props takes time, either going to the store or ordering stuff online. Sometimes that can slow things down quite a bit. So pre-planning is a thing I could definitely do a lot better at, but yeah.
Yeah, I do have a lot of connections in other parts of YouTube, and when they finally see like how much work actually goes into each ASMR video, they're like, "Oh wow, like that's kind of hard." They're like, "I don't think I could do that actually." Like, I'm just a point and shooter. I don't know how you guys do that. And you got two mics you got to worry about too, right? That's the hard part. Makes it even more hard. What's one of your favorite ASMR videos that you've done? Something like you're super proud of your own videos?
I would say probably my first garden video that I did. I know it's not my most popular video, but it was so much fun to make. It took me all summer, and I just kind of got like, I had fun with it. I would go out and film different things, or I'd see little opportunities in the moment and get my camera and film. And I don't know. And it was also
Did you have
a
like time
challenge
lapse?
to
Was that a
edit it.
video you had time lapse stuff on?
Yeah, the
I
time
think
lapse
that might
stuff
be
was
my
so
favorite
much
of your
fun.
videos also. That's interesting.
The
That's
time
great.
lapse, yes,
Yeah.
I like fell in love with time lapse through that because
So good.
it's so cool.
That was a good video.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Not gonna
yeah,
lie. Awesome. That
yeah.
was I highly recommend you all take a moment and go click and find that video. I don't know if we can put a link here,
Thank you.
but that's it. Go check out that video,
Thank you.
everybody. Okay, so we got two more questions here, and
Sure.
I think this is, I think these are just sort of more overall thoughtful, taking a step back here, kind of questions. What's the hardest lesson you've learned about being a creator over the years, and maybe just tailored this kind of towards what advice would you give to a new creator or to yourself if you were just starting out? Because there are a lot of ASM artists who are watching this.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think YouTube has been such an amazing personal growth for myself. It's challenging. I mean, as a creator, just to get in front of the camera and do it, it's hard. You're putting yourself out there. So what I would probably tell myself is to not be scared, not be afraid to try new things and just go for it. It's going to be difficult. It's not natural for most people to be exposed to such a large amount of people and deal with the criticism and stuff that comes, but it's going to happen, and don't be scared of it. It's just part of the hurdle you have to cross when you're creating and putting your work out there to a large audience, potentially.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And make videos, folks. Just put it out. That's the key. Just make the press record, and then hit publish. So, okay, and this is my last question, because I think this is something that a lot of people, ASMR is just such a fluid thing. I believe it could be either the number 1 or number 2 most searched for term on YouTube. Wow. And I believe that, that's insane. But I just wonder, where it's headed. And I think a lot of people are kind of wondering that. You have virtual reality, you've got, maybe there's the cinematic stuff, maybe a full movie even, who knows? There's so many potentials. But I mean, just as somebody who started in the beginning, I mean, what do you see where do you see ASMR going? Or maybe just in your, in your fantasy about what ASMR could potentially be, where do you see that kind of going? And then maybe just end on what do you remember from the beginning? Maybe just something that's different, from now. Yeah, future and the past. That's kind of how I want to end it.
I'm not really sure where ASMR is headed. It's, I really hope that we can develop communities with each other a little bit more, because that's how it was in the beginning. I wish it would become a little bit more close-knit, because it feels a lot more impersonal now than it did before. And I guess I worry that it's going to continue to be impersonal. But I think it's just going to keep growing as it is, and people are going to keep exploring, different mediums and venues. I don't think it's ever going to become like mainstream. I think companies try, but it doesn't have the same soul to it as, sitting in front of your camera and really talking to your audience, just one-on-one type of thing. So yeah, I remember it was, when I started, it was maybe like 100 to 200 main people, and now it's thousands and thousands. I'm seeing
Infinite.
More and more every day. Yeah. So I just, that's kind of the main difference I've seen from the beginning and now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And where you see it's going. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. That's, again, we kind of talked about this off camera, but just ultimately, I mean, TingleCon, I do think our goal is to really try to create some sense of community. And obviously, there's so much more that can be done. And so that's hopefully the goal here with our conversation today, and kind of spreading that message and bringing people together, because YouTube, I think ASMR inherently is tied to YouTube. I mean, you really can't consume it anywhere else. YouTube can be a lonely existence, again, except for those UK ASMR artists who are all buddies and can hang out all the time. But in the meantime, for the rest of us, we're trying to just, come together. So with that all said, I just want to say thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
at JingleCon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us. It's been a pleasure. And with all
Thank
that
you so
said,
much.
if you have not already, go subscribe to Bluewhisper on YouTube. You can find her there. And with that all said, I will put some links here below if we can. And thank you so much. And we'll see you in the
Thank
next one,
you.
folks.
And we're back. It is JingleCon 2022. And we are here for our last segment. Again, very short, easy, low-key holiday cheers. And we're going to end that on a very cheery note. Welcome to Carol ASMR. See you there in the chat. Welcome. We're glad to have you here. And welcome to all of the rest of you who are joining us. So now we finished that amazing interview with Bluewhisper. Please go check out her channel. She's incredibly talented. We did feature her also in the first segment as well. You can find her channel, Bluewhisper. You can throw in the ASMR there just to be sure that you find it. But on YouTube, you can find her there. So that said, we are now, I see Keith is a little nervous over there, but we're on for our last
This is
segment.
a higher level than I usually go.
It's good. Look, you're going to be in pain.
I'm going to be in pain.
That's all.
That's a guarantee. Promise.
That's what I can say. So Keith, what are we going to be doing? I feel like you should be telling us.
Yeah.
What are we watching here?
So I'm going to be consuming 3 different spicy ghost pepper products. The first one is one of my favorites, Pocky ghost pepper chips. The second is ghost pepper popcorn. I popped this, and through this little slit, some of the essence of spice got in the air, and I was coughing from it. So,
mace.
What the hell? Your microwave after popping that.
Yeah, this is straight up mace. Exactly. Speaking of mace, the last one I'm going to have is one of these ghost pepper gumballs from Sonoran Spice Company. Not sponsored by any of these, but yeah.
If you survive, if you get to that point.
If I get to that point, I will be having
If you don't
one
die
of these.
before then.
These are no joke. I've had one before. Whoo, boy. It's one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my life, and I've chipped my teeth on a urinal. True story.
Oh, wow.
However, it's not always how it feels when it goes in. It's a lot of what it feels when it comes out, where the real pain comes in. Let us not forget how that feels. ASM Architect says, a little nervous? You momentarily lost an arm there, Paul. Oh, he's the green, the green screen.
Yeah.
That's like our green screen combo right there.
When I finish, this is what I'm going for relief. Strawberry Oatly. It's my jam.
Pray for the Oatly. Let's do it.
Okay.
Good grief, he is brave, says Gracie B. ASMR.
Yeah, it was great meeting you, Gracie.
Brave and stupid are two very or not wise, because his stomach is going to be not happy with him.
Yeah.
Very
so before
shortly.
I start, I want to read a couple things off of the Pocky bag. It says,
please do. Yeah, let's. Can we get a little ASMR? Like,
yeah. So, Pocky haunted ghost pepper, real peppers, real heat. On the back it says, "We're bringing the heat, and it hurts so good. Do you dare?" And on the scale, it goes all the way to freaking hot. Seriously bold flavor, insane amount of ghost pepper, even more ghost pepper. The heat is real. Warning: this is freaking hot. In fact, why don't I read some of the warnings on the other stuff before I go?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I wonder if there's any warnings on here.
Yes, I feel like there definitely should be.
I'm
If
surprised
there isn't, there should be.
Yeah, apparently there's not. Oh, never leave back. No, that's not warnings. That's just telling you to pop it properly. Don't take that out of context.
Uh-oh.
Oh, got that essence again. And this one's my favorite. On the gumballs.
Oh, they're gonna be good.
Warning. Contains ghost pepper, which will cause skin and eye irritation. Not for children.
Nice. Very stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
don't want your little kid getting into that. That'll hurt.
All
That's
right.
the gumball you regret stealing as a little kid. You're like,
I'm
"Oh,
gonna
no."
have yeah. I'm gonna have at least
Why did
3
I
of
do
these
that?
chips. So cheers to everybody. It's been an amazing year.
Happy JingleCon,
Happy
everyone. Happy
JingleCon,
holidays.
everybody. Happy holidays.
Happy
Cheers.
holidays.
Yeah. Don't touch your eyes. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely don't touch your eyes. That could cause that'll hurt.
I learned that the hard way. I've taken contacts out after eating a habanero twice.
Oh wow.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If anyone was wondering if they should not do that,
Don't eat spicy food when you
that.
have contacts in, because your contacts are gonna aggressively tempt you to take them out, and once you do, it's gonna feel like somebody lit your eyes on fire.
best of luck to you, Keith, says ASM Architect. Are you gonna eat all of them?
No,
sir?
just a few.
Yeah, that might be hard. That would be hard.
I mean, this is one of my favorite snacks, so I'm gonna have to fight
The
it.
Packy chips?
Yeah.
Oh. So they're not that hot. Those are not the hot.
No.
Those are
Level
like
1.
a level 5. That's like level 5.
Lo-fi, but still in the ghost pepper realm. I'm barely reacting because I have these all the time, so I'm kind of used to them. The other two, not so much. This is a warm up, no pun intended.
I feel like your body gets a little like resistance, after like the first. Maybe.
Yep.
Probably not, actually.
It's like alcohol, your tolerance builds up. Okay, one more of these and then we'll move on to the popcorn.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like a heat tolerance for sure. My boss does a lot of heat, spicy eating.
Yeah, we were
There's
going to have
definitely
him.
something to it.
We were going to have
But,
him on, but he couldn't
he's,
make
he's
it.
too far away. He's too far away
Exactly.
right now. The next time though.
Next time.
The spicy challenge. Yep.
Okay. All right. The heat from the chips is starting to kick in, as you can probably tell. All right, ready?
Yeah. We see that.
Popcorn.
Flavorful?
A bit flavorful. Not bad.
Of
Not too bad.
spice.
Okay.
He doesn't have it's not on the forehead yet. He's not having the forehead.
It's not there yet.
It's gonna hit there soon. It's gonna get there.
There's 2. Oh,
right, okay.
oh, now it's starting to hit.
Uh-oh. It was like a kick in the gut.
It was like a kick in the roof of the mouth, which is actually
Can't
the
go back.
ceiling. This is the roof.
There it is. That's the forehead moment. Right there. That's when you know
That's when you know.
it has hit you.
Yeah.
You all right? Ice cream?
Not yet.
Milk?
Not until
Ice cream?
Not until after the gum, bro. Not until after the gum.
I mean, we wouldn't hold it against you if you couldn't,
Oh,
you
I
couldn't
don't
make it.
I don't care about
Power
that.
through. Power through. You can do it.
I'm trying to prove myself, not anybody else. And as far as you all go, it's just for entertainment.
Self challenge.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Okay. Now the main event.
Oh, Jesus.
Now the main event.
All right, friends. This is the last thing.
I got to keep the
and
bag
then
away
we'll
from
be-
my face because this shit is no joke. Not
It's
for
going to be, blast in your eye and you're going to
not
be
for
dead. That's
children.
it.
Not for children. Wait till I see a color shade. Okay. All right. Let's get a count. Can we get a countdown from 10? Does somebody want to count down from 10?
We can.
Yeah, let's do this. Ready? All right, folks. let's give a huge like in the chat and like just all around happy JingleCon cheers. And they count on to 10. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fireball in your mouth.
If there's shit in me, if a few seconds, it's gonna hit.
Prayers for you. Prayers for you.
Thank you. I need all the prayers in the world.
Claps. We got some claps in the chat. We got some love there. Nice. Keith?
Yeah?
You're a champion. You have the heart of the stomach of an ox or some good metaphor. I can't think of right now.
Steel stomach.
Yeah, steel stomach. There you go. The ice cream.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Wait, is it? It's like a gum. Like it's like a gumball.
It's gum, so I have to spit it out. Oh.
Prayers for Keith right now, guys. Prayers for Keith. It's like level 12, level 20. Dare I say level 9,000? Are we could it be a level 9,000?
It's over 9,000.
Oh, it's over 9,000 at least. Vegeta. But you need to be Vegeta to be able to eat that. I mean, you've got the Super Saiyans.
I feel like a dragon. I feel like I could burn this whole place down with my breath.
Very good.
Oh yeah, my lord. Ice cream time. Yeah. May he rest in may the ice cream save him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Don't drink water, bro. Just drink that. The things that we do.
Yeah. The things that we do for the community. I fucking love every one of you.
Oh my gosh.
Even if you're an asshole, I love you even more for some reason.
And with that, I would say that's our happy JingleCon moment right there. Really
good way to end it.
I think he's gonna have like an internal end, like I don't know, just an ulcer, I guess is the best word. So how about some it's too spicy ASMR? It's so spicy, but I love you guys so much. He'll breathe on the ice cream and melt the whole tub. Absolutely. He ate something so spicy he literally breathes out fire. It's like I think I saw some steam coming out of there. I know this feeling where it feels like you got just punched in the gut. That's how Kate feels like. Yeah, I don't think he can even speak. Like it hurts that bad. Yeah, I can't talk. Hey, you can type though. We can type. You can type. So what is the spiciest thing? Paul, what about you? What's the spiciest thing you've ever had, man?
You know, I don't really do too much. Spicy.
No, I mean either, but
I think the Szechuan peppercorns get me because they get me in the back of the throat and then I'm ruined.
Oh yeah,
so
they totally do.
Wasabi. So big old lumps of wasabi have never been too much of a problem for me when eating.
That'll do you in. That'll do you in.
That's my favorite type of spicy.
Oh yeah. I've definitely had some Indian spice that's like accidentally eating a pepper that just blows my face open. But my boss loves spicy stuff, so he always offers it to me, and I'm like, no, I can't. I have an old stomach. Please don't. No. But I've definitely eaten some spicy stuff there. But I used to eat like straight up habanero, and then I don't know. Like that's probably why I can't anymore. Too much of that'll hurt you.
Habanero is the
Keith, how
a little better. I can talk again, kind of.
What's the spiciest thing you ever had? Keith, was that it right there?
This. But the spiciest pepper I've had, plain Jane, was habanero.
I think a plain Jane like ghost pepper or like Carolina Reaper, you'd have to like handle that with gloves.
Yeah, you do.
You couldn't eat the seed. You couldn't eat the seed. Like you'd have to.
This is already way more sugar than I usually have in a week, let alone in a few minutes.
Wow.
Nice. Watering.
So that was amazing, everyone. Thank you so much for doing that, Keith. That was a blast. We enjoyed watching you suffer. Perfect for the holidays. It's definitely the kind of heat and warmth that you would love to have during a cold winter, white Christmas,
right?
Or Hanukkah with the candles in your mouth, though. Like the menorah is literally in your mouth, like flaming.
I would rather eat another one of these than go through that.
It's all right. We're not going to make you do any more. Where we are totally satisfied.
That's okay.
Oh, I get out for a bit, and then Keith is dying. Yes, Keith is. Well, it looks like he survived actually, but is that the popcorn from? Is that the spicy popcorn?
Yeah. What of it?
Oh wow. Oh
it's
my god.
Nothing after that gum.
It's like cools your mouth down.
Yeah.
Like the habaneros, like not spicy. Spicy mukbang, says Paul Fairbairn. Yes, it is, Paul. I mean, it wouldn't be ASMR without a little mukbang. Let's be real.
Hendril says the same thing.
We love it or we hate it. It's just what but it's a part of what it is, you know?
Yeah. I don't always do mukbang.
I've accepted
but when
it.
I do, I torture myself.
I like decadent things for my mukbang, like desserts or anything like that. Oh yeah.
By the way, if y'all want to check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/FamCamASMR. Oh, that.
Oh no. That's bad. You don't want to cough that up.
I swallowed.
No, you don't want to.
I swallowed.
No, keep it down.
I swallowed a kernel down the wrong pipe.
Oh no.
I feel what I was saying was you can use channel points. For those who don't know how Twitch works, you watch a stream for a while, you rack up channel points, and you can use them to redeem rewards. On my channel, you can get me to eat spicy food just like this.
Oh wow.
Awesome. Just go over to that Twitch TV, and also TingleCon, of course, is over on Twitch. We normally are over there. We're just trying things out, having a low-key situation here on YouTube for JingleCon. So that all said, you know, we really appreciate you all coming by here. Oh, RSM Architect says, Keith has got clear sinuses for Christmas.
Yeah,
yes, he does.
Oh,
that's true. That's true. You gotta be cleared out before that big feast that inevitably will happen for the holiday. But yeah, all that said, I think does anyone else what's the spiciest thing you guys have eaten in the chat? What about while we're watching Keith recover here and before we're close out, we have just a couple more minutes here. What's the spiciest thing you guys have eaten out there in the chat?
Usually it's burning. It is
oh yeah.
Delightful to watch.
No, he's going hard. He's just going hard. Spice addict. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Respect, my friend. Respect. Gotta pair that with a nice sandwich, you know? Get the
I should have prepared
chips in the sandwich. Yeah. There you go. Like a praise sandwich, maybe. Time to get naked, says Carol to you, Keith.
There can never be.
He might need to.
Well, when I start OnlyFams, maybe.
OnlyFam. There it is. Do it. Yeah, if you know, Keith, you want to do that for OnlyFans, as always, it's just a few, clicks away. Nothing wrong with that. You can extra a couple bucks there.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a spicy person on OnlyFans that just eats crazy spicy stuff. I feel that it's been done. If you thought of it, it's been done, as they say.
Yeah.
So Carol's saying OnlyFans. Is she saying so you're going to do the OnlyFans? Let's go. All right, Keith, we want a screenshot.
It's literally going to be
screen share and then see you do it. No.
Literally going to be the hottest OnlyFans.
Literally the hottest. God. Actually spicy. No one can. I mean, that title, you could just be the hottest OnlyFans on the internet. That's it. Literally true.
That kernel's still in my throat.
When are you all coming to the UK? I'm so tired of you guys. I mean, Actually, like it's in my future. Next
in
like
my
year or
future,
so.
too.
I want to do a rent a car and just drive around the whole. Like I've been to southern England, like London and Bath and all that, but I want to do like just drive the whole island. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. I've done Ireland, so I've done one. I want to do just the whole island and then make like a 2-week trip out of it. You know.
We did the whole of the British Isles and Ireland as well. We talked about that.
You did it? You did the drive?
All the different. No, we're talking about all the different types of ASMR. We went through every.
Oh yeah, we were absolutely.
Go visit every ASMR spot.
Yeah, where they all have I even mentioned the Bluewhisper. They're all having fun over there. Those UK, they're all 2 hours away from each other wherever they are. So it's like they can get together. Us in the US, like to get from Florida to where Keith is in California, that's like a continent.
Couple days. If you do a road trip.
Yeah, it's like
take a few days.
might as well. I'd just rather go to Spain at that point. Like, I think, so I don't go back home as much as I should.
I would rather
like
go to Spain
distance.
anyway, because if you injure yourself, you won't go bankrupt.
No, well, there's also that as well. That's a whole other reason.
Same with you.
You should try haggis. We're getting a lot of love for haggis, so I guess that needs to happen. You need to do the Highlands. Amazing. Yeah, I would love to do that. That's high on my list. The place I want to go to is the Berkshire. No, the Berkshires. No, Berkshires. What's the one with the little hobbit huts? Oh my gosh,
that's in New Zealand.
No, no. It's called it's like Bibbery. It's in how am I not thinking of where this is? The something Shires, the Cotswolds. It's not Shires anything.
Oh, Cotswolds.
It's actually not any of that word. It's actually the Cotswolds. But all in that region, it looks just quite lovely. I think it looks like a beautiful time. Yeah, Carol. The Cotswolds. There, that's exact. I want to go there so bad. See those cute little stone towns. Spain I know, Carol. We were missed. It was fun. Spain is an amazing place. It's blessed. It's one of those places with everything, Like the weather's good. It has mountains with snow. It's got beautiful beaches. The food's good. The people are nice. It's like blessed with all good things.
Really?
That's what I have to say to you, Gary. You're lucky. So lucky. Yeah. All right. So how are we feeling? We want to close down the old JingleCon for the night. We'll maybe see everyone tomorrow. Keith, do you want to maybe for a couple just extra moments here tell us what are we doing? What can people expect tomorrow?
Yeah, let me pull that.
And we'll close it down here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull that up.
We're doing a sort of ASMR style one tomorrow as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
So tomorrow whisper.
So
soft device.
So tomorrow, just like today, we're starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, or 9 p.m. GMP, or 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to start with live ASMR improv with myself and Jody Marie. And I assume Nathan and or Paul and or Carol will give us prompts. It's going to be very whose line is it anyway style. So really looking forward to that. Then we have live ASMR gaming with, actually, you know what? Let me pull up the lineup. We have ASMR Shani, Amy K, Riley Rose, Lizzie Lestrange, myself, Nathan, and Tingle Smith. And ASMR Weekly, you're welcome to. I know we've talked about it, but let us know if you want in as well. And then after that, awesome. we have our part.
Wait! But it's in ASMR, my friends.
It's in ASMR.
Just remember ASMR Gaming will be the first in ASMR event of the ASMR cons, my friends.
That is true.
Make sure you stay. Yeah. It's going to be hilarious. So stay tuned for the anxiety-inducing ASMR.
I played Among Us in ASMR before, and it's actually, quite amazing. It's tough if you do it whispered to tell who's who. So we're gonna do it soft spoken.
Can't be as hard as ASMR Overwatch. That's all I know. That's like just by itself already so hard.
Bro, Overwatch was made for ASMR. The constant clicking of the keyboard. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then there's Then after that, there's part 2 of ASMR highlights. This time it will be Carol and I sharing our 2022 favorites. And then a small closing ceremony with the staff to send you all off to your holidays.
Fantastic. Wow. Well, that sounds like a lovely Sunday. Lovely Sunday late afternoon for all y'all. What time is that going to be? Again, it's going to be from...
It's going to start at 4 p.m. Pacific. Or not at Pacific, Eastern. 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm
and what about in London time? What about for our European friends?
That would be 9 p.m.
9 p.m. All right, great.
So 9 p.m. to midnight for those in GMT, 4 to 7 in Eastern, 1 to 4 Pacific.
Perfect. So for all of our friends around the globe, we hope that we will see you there. That'll be tomorrow again, 4 p.m. Eastern. And we will be, of course, back here on this channel live talking to you. So feel free to come by with any questions. Some ASMR artists you love, you want to talk about, maybe some questions for the staff, anything like that. We're all open to that. We really just appreciate you coming by and celebrating here for the holidays for JingleCon. We would love to do this again. So of course we do welcome feedback as well. And lastly, please make sure to hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed to the TingleCon YouTube, make sure you do that as well. We'd be super, super appreciative. And again, it helps us with the algorithm. So that's always so appreciative.
Also, be sure to look out for our community tab in the next hour, because we will be posting links to the videos that we covered in our highlights today. And we'll be doing the same thing with the links that Carol and I share tomorrow after that broadcast.
Fantastic. All right, great. Well, with that said, Paul, did you want to have a well wishes message there too?
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming to the con today. It's really, really nice being able to interact with the audience. It's really, really nice to have that sense of community and people who talk together. And I enjoyed Keith dying there.
Yeah, we all loved Keith dying. That was a highlight. That was a highlight. Really nice. And, sorry, Bluewhisper, but we would rather not.
Unless you want to join me in the next spicy mukbang.
No, my stomach will literally die.
Well, that was for Bluewhisper.
Bluewhisper, maybe. I don't know if she seems like she could handle some spice, though. I think she could. I believe it. All right. On that note, my friends, we are out of here for the evening. Once again, thank you for joining us for JingleCon 2022. Please come back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. We will be back. And again, it's 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. in Europeans time and 1 p.m. Pacific. So we hope to see you there. Again, back on TingleCon live tomorrow. Thank you all so much. And with that all said, I think we're out of here, right?
We are outie. Happy JingleCon.
Let's go. Happy JingleCon, y'all.
See you
Take
tomorrow.
care.
Stay chill.